Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to the Gems of War stream. We almost started on time, just a few minutes late. But anyways guys, today we are going to be going and doing quite a bit with the new Mythic, of course, that ended up coming out. Haven't really had the time to actually really mess around and test it yet, for the most part. Have done like a team or two, but you know, not like extensive testing. But other than that, Treasure Gnome event, I already got a vault key. And we're about to get a lot more. So that's the main goal of today. I have been convinced by people to actually hold my vault keys, just because there are going to be things next patch where we're probably going to actually need those extra copies of vault keys. So since there isn't anything like too exceptionally good for them now, I'm just kind of going to hold them, just because there's going to be drop table changes where we might want to immediately get the new content. So we're gonna just be holding them for now, kind of accumulating them, and then next patch, we'll probably be dumping a lot of vault keys. We'll probably have a few dozen of them by then, I would assume. And that's probably within the next month or so. But anyways, I'm just finishing off this pet real quick. I think we have like 5 minutes left. So let's go get that done. And then I'll probably do the dailies, or at least some of them, so I can switch my hero class. One of my daily tasks, oddly enough, actually requires me to be knight. Well, it doesn't require me to be knight, but it's helpful that if we were knight, and we already had it set from earlier, so might as well complete it out. Really, he silenced and enchants. What a combination. But we'll go take that, go from there. So hello, everyone. A lot of people say hello, too, because we had the thing. I'll probably start doing that, too. Have the stream thing where it's, like, showing from hours ahead of time. But, or, you know, so people can know in advance. But hello, Demon or Angel. Hello, Zero. Hello, Danny. Hello, hello, Hands. Hello, Zeddicus. Hello, RapPF. Hello, Leet. Hello, Demon or Angel. Hello, hello, Lemur. Hello, JZG. Have vodka for breakfast? No. Let's see. Hello, Adam. Hello, Churros. Hello, Lemur. Hello, Paul. Hello, Nelson. Hello, Iron Malt. Hello, Pedro. And hello, everyone else. Welcome. Hey, we gained a night level as well. That's why you do these. They're really good EXP. Pets are almost better EXP than, actually, they pretty much are. Pets, doing pet battles is basically more EXP than the class event itself, which is pretty sad. But that pretty much is the case. Just because of how much EXP you're getting so quickly, particularly on the first few battles. It is nearly quicker than the class event itself. Alright, we'll go for an Infernus in there. Get a little poke on the annoying guy that keeps doing all the stats effects. Speaking about Impervious last slot, new Mythic that just came out is actually pretty decent for that purpose. Clear that out. And what else do you need more rounds? I'll just take some reds. Hello, Jose! Welcome! And Michael. Hope all of you have been having good days so far. Oh yeah, how's everyone doing as far as the luck on the new Mythic? Anyone find any amazing teams with it yet? I haven't actually bothered experimenting, so that's something we'll be doing pretty soon. Let me actually go, and just so we get it out the way so I can change my hero class to Divines, because I'll be hunting down Gnomes, so I want to have it set to something decent. But yeah, let's go do 5 battles with Knight, because I just want to go and get that cleared real quick. So let's just go to challenge. First challenge, Divinian Fields. Reason for this is it requires us to have hero if we're going to use this particular team. The team I don't normally show that often. Actually, have I ever showed it at all? I have used it off stream before, but it requires your hero class to be a specific thing, so very rarely have I actually been able to do it, because obviously you can't keep switching your hero class. But if your hero is set to whatever it is, all you have to do is just go whatever the AoE is on the typing into a Elspeth, into a pure color on your hero. And this will count for any 3. And it's actually the quickest way of doing it in any given time. Just normally I don't do this and I go down the Dragon Soul route or some kind of other similar route. Just because, I don't know, it just works out better. Or not that it works out better, it's just that you can't really go out of your way to set your hero class. But in this case we already had it set, so it works out. What is the Mythic thing you're referring to? A new Mythic was released today. Every single month in Gems of War, a Mythic is added to the game. This is basically a way to reduce the resources within the game, particularly keys, as well as gems to a degree, but mainly keys. It's the biggest key sink in the entire game, is when a Mythic comes out. It sinks every key except gold keys and event keys. and it basically gives new incentive to get this new troop every single time they do that. And basically for this entire week, all the way until next Friday reset, the only mythic that's available in any of those key drop tables other than event keys is the new mythic that just came out. And event keys in particular, it's based on whatever the event is. So currently that's Suna, and next week it is nothing, because while Karkaroff does have a mythic, it's the it's Zugoff, and Zugoff is not actually obtainable from keys. How many more battles do we have? One more battle, really? Thought we already hit it. Never mind. Well, let's go do one more. And then let's go change our hero class and actually go use this hero. Then go use the thingy. The, what's it called? The Arachnaean Weaver. Forgot its name for a second. Anyways, that's that. We can now switch our hero to not Titan. I mean, to not Knight. This will make it so we don't gain EXP anymore, but it will make us win so much quicker. And while I haven't really been utilizing classes for what they're supposed to be used for, I think we finally are, and we're going to switch to Priest and use the best team in the game. So we're going to be doing that for probably all of today. Well, obviously all of today. We have it set for 24 hours now, but also likely all of tomorrow. But anyways, let's go and start working towards that. First things first, though. Let's go and mess around with... Actually, we'll clear this out first. But yeah, this is the whole reason why we're using it. Let me actually go set this team correctly now. So if I'm not mistaken, we now go into this banner, and we now set that to green. Let me see here. We're looking for troops, hero, class, and then change this to what it needs to be. So random stats effect, I don't need the HP, cleanse self on 4 times, 5 times, gain more HP to everything, because why not? Extra magic on hero for a little bit more damage. Technically we get a Lightstorm start too. Would we have a big enough impact that we'd actually need it compared to 3 magic? I guess so. If we get a nice cascade, problem is that backfires so heavily if it doesn't work out well. Oh no, I kind of would prefer the 3 extra magic now that I think about it. It's just gonna backfire more than it'll even help. Alright, let's go give this a shot, see what happens. Should be fine. And yeah, that's basically the meta. And it's not going to be too much different than what we normally do, but it just has a lot going towards this that's just perfectly set. We also have a lot of yellow bonus. As I mentioned earlier, it's the only hero class that has +2 into a single color. I don't know if they'll be doing that with a few others in the future, but it's pretty nice. Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting, we have slightly more explosions now too. It's something you normally don't get unless you have this specific hero class set. It does boost ratio based on how many divines you have on a team. And, well, your hero does indeed count as divine. Or if you had to set as priest, it does. But, yeah, we'll probably go farm this up. And if nothing else, we can go do the leaderboard with it. Anyways, let me go and give a test run to... Not that. Let's go do this one. To another one of these teams. Of course, I only showed the one from earlier. But I do and definitely have the intention on doing more than just this. Let's go back to suggested teams. And then let's go change this to something. And while I'm at it, let me go change this to Quick Explore. And while I'm here in this menu, let me actually go change it to the Forest Guardian version of this. There we go. Okay. So we'll change this to the Forest Guardian version just so we have a guaranteed win. You know what? I should probably... Oh, wait. What am I doing? Never mind. We're not actually doing... Let me switch it back. I forgot. We're not actually probably going to be doing any of the keys. So let me go switch it back to what I would normally have set. And again, I don't really even need this set, do I? Because we're not doing EXP. So I really have no need to actually use this team then, since I'm not using it for either instance. But anyways, let's go see what we can do with this. Of course, we ended up doing this one earlier. I do like having Divinia around. That always seems pretty nice. Kind of want to put a Gorgolfa in there. Bard class, as I mentioned earlier, I feel like would just be insanely good with this. Biggest issue with this thing is there's no way to half mana it, which is posing a bit of a unfortunate threat to our team, since that takes away a good majority of our mana possibility. Let's go down a safe Gorgolfa route, see what we can build out of this. Let's see, there's really nothing we can put with this for bonuses. Essentially what you'd want to use it for is just pick-offs, have enough mana generation, and then just pick off. Have a really nice single target onto our team, and then just kind of go from there. Not even bother with true damage, just go with things that hit hard, and ideally can focus the last 2. Biggest issue is, what really hits last 2 really hard? There isn't anything too over the top other than just throwing a gigantic single target at it. What are we missing from here if we do go from here? We're missing red and blue mainly. What is under red or blue that would actually have a high enough impact for that? Plus, we'd still want to use our hero. So technically, Dawnbringer could be one of them, and then we just use a damage in front of it. I could try using Infernus and just hope it lands on the right one. But then at that point, we're having Infernus that doesn't start with half mana, which is not going to help much. Could always go into a Mercy and then go into, like, put a Mercy right behind it. This will lower its mana that ends up accumulating slightly, but it'll get the rest of our team up quicker. And then we just run one gigantic red damager. That would do it, like either Infernus or something that would do the roll correctly. Let's see. Yeah, Crimson Bat. That actually wouldn't be horrible. But he doesn't use yellow, and to a degree with this team, I kind of would want to have that. I don't know. It depends on their overall durability. I feel like we'd have to cast Crimson Bat twice, which would be too much. Same thing as if we put a Draculus there. It's just going to be too much casting and waste too many turns. We need something with a little bit better loop potential than that. Goblin Rocket! Not exactly what I meant by that, though. Let's see. Oh, we can actually upgrade that guy. We probably have several things we can actually go upgrade. A big Ketris actually wouldn't be too bad. This might be one of the instances where going a Ketris might be a little bit better. We don't actually get to use this yellow that we're mass creating, but we're going to get enough off of the explosions from Gorgolfa that it should be fine. This might be one of the few instances where Ketris is actually better than a Infernus. But let's go give this a shot real quick to see what happens. Dwarven King. He might not do enough concentrated damage without the other thing, though. I'd sooner probably use a Kraken unless we were using other dwarves to assist the team in a certain way. Because he doesn't have any loop potential. But he does start with half mana, but that half mana is not going to go to too many things unless we were using Rune Priest or something. But anyways, we do that. We then throw a thingy at one of those. Why is everything doing so much damage? How is this team already dead? He wasn't that weak on stats. Well then, okay. Well, that wasn't a good test. We killed it with whatever just happens. Well then. Also, technically, it doesn't matter if we use our hero on our team because we're using Priest right now. So we're not gaining any EXP regardless. Our main goal is Gnomes. I finished the previous pet, right? Oh no, how much time was left on the previous pet? Did anyone actually catch it while we were doing it? I was on the menu a little bit there. I did finish out the pet, so that's good. What was the timer on it, though, is the question. Did I not recheck it? Oh, I might not have rechecked it at the end there. Didn't click on overview. Did I not click on overview? I think it's down by now. I'm pretty sure it's down. Let me see. We were probably there beforehand. What were we? No. I think I started a stream on it, didn't I? Yeah, I was already on that menu when I started a stream. No! I think it's down. Yeah, it should be down. Pretty sure it is. Let's just go and kill it. We'll go take a brown. Get a Gorgolfa down. Let's see. Get Ketris to bowl up. We throw this directly on the hero. I need this other thing to have full mana. Come on, Mercy. Why don't you have alignment? Well, we'll go to that. Throw a Ketris. 1 mana short. Am I about to take an entire turn just to go do 1 mana? No, we're going to go Gorgolfa it. So we'll do that. Get our adjacent. Go get a almost double kill there. Too bad we don't have a Bard to go increase that. Bard would be very useful with it. That is for sure. But let's go and throw a poke down at the bottom. We're at the end there. We then get webs. As you see, he does almost no damage while he's webbed, so that's pretty useful. And then we just throw a Ketris to clean up and go from there. So I'm already liking this one. It doesn't use hero, though. Hey, there is a pet there. Nice. Feels a little bit weird doing the pet battles when we already have a maxed out hero class, especially since we actually can't get the thing in it. But this team is going to be so much quicker than what we normally do that it should be fine. Because we'll just be able to speed through everything. Now that we're using the right hero class. Shouldn't take any amount of time at all, really. Too bad we don't have a Mercy to fit in here, though. Is there nothing we can remove to fit Mercy? It doesn't seem like it. Because that would give a nice burst to it, but oh well. Now that I'm using Mercy again, I just want to keep using her. She's so useful. Still one of the best troops in the entire game with Empowered by a pretty long margin. Also, sorry, I didn't see some of chat. You took 10k glory. Oh, you got it in 1,400 glory keys. Very nice. Took 10k guild chests to find it. Haven't tried it yet though. Yeah, it's not really too great of a mythic. I would probably place it very slightly above average, but that's about it. It's not anything too over the top. More often than not, when you do use it, you're probably going to be using it on Guild War Defends because it has that web all enemy thing. But yeah, for the most part, you have to do really specific teams to actually utilize it, where you deliberately do damage towards the back of the team. Wasted keys, no luck. Oh, well, not completely wasted, because you do get ingots and everything and gem keys and such. Green Seer, Giant Spider, Kraken, Weaver. I was considering using an infinite loop with it. And yeah, if you're going to do one, I guess Kraken's the way to go. Because you just get infinite back damage, and then you just hit, and then you repeat it again, hit, and then you won the battle. And you'd probably get a few Devours in there too, if they end up coming in, which would be nice. You know, let's catch a kill that, and there we go. Aw, Immortal, what are you doing? Luckily, the way the AI summons, it actually doesn't even come in with the chance to Immortal again, so that's good. You can only do it once. I don't know why they haven't fixed that, though it's kind of good that they didn't, because it's better for the player. Makes it easier. But still seems kind of weird that it's like that. Anyways, move that over, move that over. That's supposed to be an extra turn. I don't know why I took it that way. But grab all that down. Still early in the morning, still tired. Ended up taking a nap between the video that I recorded this morning and now. So I'll go take that down. And I just woke up like right before the stream. Get another hit if he'll ever end his turn. And luckily it doesn't revive. Also, hello Exos, welcome. The new Karkaroff troop that has a 50% chance to devour webbed. Yeah, that's coming in next Monday. We're getting a new thing that has 50% chance to devour webbed. It also has a 50% chance to devour entangled, which is probably the more realistic instance where it's actually going to do something. What seems kind of weird though is the kingdom has almost no web and no entangle, which is kind of odd that they keep adding these troops that have like mechanics to web for Karkaroff. Because nothing in the kingdom actually webs, if I'm not mistaken. Nor does anything actually entangle. So it just kind of seems a little mixed match. It's one of the weaker kingdoms in the game, actually, Karkaroff. Mainly because of its lack of synergy. It kind of has the same problem that Adana has, where it has a combination of... well, Adana has a combination of humans and mechs, but they don't really synergize that well together. Karkaroff's kind of the same way, where it has a combination of daemons and I believe mystics, if I'm not mistaken, but they don't actually specifically really synergize with each other. Okay, we'll get a nice furnace down, get our hit going, go from there. Let's focus again. We cleanse pretty much everything we do. Every extra turn, every cast, everything basically cleanses our hero. If we even look at our hero, it cleanses itself. As I say that, it's probably going to die to that death mark. Let's see, we'll move that over. I think it actually is. That'd be pretty sad. I'll go for hits here. Get those cleared. And, well, he died. Not the death mark, though. Feels weird actually dying on hero class when you're using Priest. It is currently the tankiest team hero in the game. It's not specifically the tankiest hero, but it's pretty close to it. I don't have all the perks set to make it as tanky as possible, but... it definitely does get very, very tanky, to say the least, as far as being able to reduce down damage. It's mainly good at keeping the team alive, more so than itself. But it's so good at keeping the team alive that it can also keep itself alive pretty well. Okay, and this will be the end of this pet, and then we can go back to actually trying to find gnomes, because unfortunately we can't find gnomes while doing pets. So if we find a pet that we actually already have maxed, I might not even bother going for it. Just because that could be time we're putting towards treasure gnomes, which this weekend is definitely quite good to do. And one last one. Oh, what's the mythic thing I keep referring to? Mythic is the highest rarity within Gems of War. They are generally ridiculously hard to obtain, though once you reach later in the game, you do have a reserve of resources big enough that you do tend to get at least a decent amount of them coming in over time. But yeah, it's the highest rarity in the game. They add a new one every month. Whenever they do add a new one, it's in the drop table for a week, and then it's and then the drop table becomes all the mythics again. But they specifically make it whatever one is the new one for that week. just to make sure it's easier to obtain. Because if they didn't do that, it would be near impossible to obtain new mythics. You basically have to soul forge them if they didn't do that. And they do that so it would make you use keys on them. But yeah, it's generally a pretty decent time to use keys, for the most part. Earlier on in the game, I'd probably say, unless it's a really good mythic, probably not. And this one's kind of average, so not the greatest thing to throw keys on earlier on in the game. But later in the game, pretty much every mythic that ever comes out, you tend to throw whatever spare keys you have laying around. Hey, we just got a, you know, that might not have seemed like much, us getting that arcane trait stone right there. But if I'm not mistaken, that actually made it. So we now have 200 all arcanes. The only one we were missing was red-green. And there we go! Wow, that random red-green we got from a random battle in that random thing. Actually, then again, given the area that was in, maybe there were all Wild Plains trait stones. But anyways, nonetheless, we got the Arcane Beast trait stone we needed. Oh no! Because in the Mythic, we actually aren't base 200 now. We were going to be, but when we upgraded the Mythic, we actually ran out of green-purple. So, now we need to go get 10. No! So close. Never mind, it's not a milestone. I forgot we spent green-purple this morning. We spent 21 of them, and that lowered it below 200. Well, we have a new objective later on. I'm not going to worry about that now, obviously. No point in going out of our way for it, but we'll need to go to Zolkari and fix that later. Do you think they will remember to remove Zol from next week's event keys? Yes. I believe they will, because it's not currently in the drop table. So I don't think they would just randomly add it just to have to remove it again. Though you never know. That would be pretty funny if they actually have a Zugoff in there. I'm pretty sure it won't be, though. It's not supposed to be, obviously. But yeah, we'll find out. We'll find out. Okay, the only real problem with this team is if we don't have alignment, it takes a little while to just get the initial start, but once we get going, boom. Other big issue with this team is Ketris has no stat gain. We're basically go all in to Ketris and hope he just does not get hit. The second he gets hit, we lose so much value. Let's see, what else did I miss in chat? Anything else? Took 200 gem keys for the first copy of Weaver. Pretty nice. And 350 glory keys for the second. Suna was way more difficult. Yeah. Actually, Suna we got pretty early. But I don't know, some of them can definitely take way, way too long. Hello, Colin. Hello, Paulo. Let's see, what else did I miss in chat? Used 7 vault keys this morning. Still no vault key from a vault key for you. I know, I still haven't either. I don't know why it is, but I still have yet to get a vault key from a vault key. I've still seen reports of people getting them, but I just haven't ever gotten one before. Never, 0 vault keys from vault keys, even though I've opened almost all of my vault keys during Gnome events in the past. Good morning, the Mon. Welcome, the CC Mom. Let's see. Yeah, generally, if you're in one of the top guilds that's at least at minimum, like completing out all the tasks per day, you're pretty much good to go as far as keys are concerned. You generally have at least some amount of reserves. But yeah, this is like the whole thing I really love with this. It's one of the few instances where I think it's actually pretty good. As I mentioned in the past, there are instances where Ketris is better than Ubistet, and this right here is one of those few instances. Very rarely is that the case, but this is definitely one of those cases where it is indeed better. Biggest issue always with Ketris is just high liability. Second you lose the stats, you lose all of your value. But generally you just have to try to win before you start losing stats. Oh, he just ruined my alignment there. Really bad start since we don't have Grogolfa up or anything up. There we go, nice mercy. And now we just win. So we already have our damage. Because he's such low durability, we can actually just go for it immediately. And then just do that, dead. Well then. You know, this mythic might have some potential for some things. That is really funny. It might actually be really good at one-trophying. I didn't think about that. It might actually be one of the best troops for doing that. Because you can wipe out the entire team without ever losing mana. For the most part. Not worth going for a Mercy here. Le'll just randomly give us alignment, or we'll give it to herself. Yeah, we'll just go for it. Oh, I should have taken those browns first, though. We could have already had full mana and just exploded into them. Oh, well. We'll take that. Throw Ketris. I mean, throw Gorgolfa. That'll give us most of our mana. Then we throw Ketris, clear out almost all the team with it, and then go from there. So we'll just go for that right there. Get rid of the really annoying one. Get a nice Gorgolfa in there. Come on, where's your mana? Okay, we'll just double Ketris it the way that Ketris is supposed to be. And it's pretty much Ketris most of the time, too. You cast them twice, boom, you won the game. That's generally how it goes down. 1,000 glory keys, 200 gem keys, no weaver. Aww. But I hope you guys have good luck whenever you try going for your keys. It does happen, though, sometimes. Hopefully it won't take as long as Ubistet to come into the drop table. Ubistet took 2 whole months before he came into the drop table for Soulforge. But he is there right now, literally this week. So if any of you haven't gotten him yet, he's still really good. Hasn't changed. I love that so much. when it actually does its role correctly, it's actually pretty insane. But yeah. I guess 1 trophy. It's actually really, really good to bring. I might need to go show like a solid 1 trophy team with it. So far, I'm pretty happy with this. It's the only team I've used with it so far that I'm actually happy with. And if any of you guys have any suggestions that you guys have found, feel free to leave them as well. We'll definitely be testing more, but yeah, this is definitely quite nice. And it finally uses Ketris for something other than what it's normally used for. Look at that, gains almost all of its mana. It's basically a Gorgolfa. Gorgolfa is 21, this is 15. But if you're earlier on in the game, it's pretty much just the same as Gorgolfa. Because obviously we have max magic, so that's why our Gorgolfa does so many. But he always does 15 regardless of your magic, even if you have lower kingdoms. The only thing that would be different, of course, is how much damage he specifically does. Oh yes, we will have 2 codes today, 2 redeem codes. The first one will be, I guess, based on first Vault Key? Technically, I got a Vault Key before the stream even started. But, you know, the first Vault Key on stream, I think we'll give out the code. Unless that takes too long. But I think we can manage that. So then again, where are all the gnomes? Have we even hit a single gnome on stream yet? I think like 1 of them. They're all hiding from us. It's not like we're not winning at a decent rate. Okay, let's go take our 3 trophy. What on earth is that team? Is he seriously using double Ubistet with a firebomb? Also, you always put the firebomb behind them, not in front of them. That's a little bit strange, the position he has them in. So I'll grab that, get a little bit of everything. Let me just take a skull. Grab that, throw it right into Ketris. I'm not even going to let him have that firebomb. No firebomb for you. Oh, only one problem with that. Now I don't have enough mana to go do the other thing. I don't have mana generation, but now we can go do this. He's not going to get Ubistet. No Ubistet for you. Dead. Wow, that was actually 3 trophy battle. And down it goes. You're finding more pet gnomes than treasure? Yeah, we already found a pet gnome. We already found one of those. I think we found 1 treasure gnome, so we're 1 and 1. Hey, treasure gnomes. Speaking of treasure gnomes, there they are. Found them. I will grab that. Let me take the mana just in case, so we get the full. Get a Gorgolfa down, throw a Ketris, throw our other hit, go from there. So we do that. Oops. No, Ketris, what are you doing? You're overkilling. I should have done that on the hero. Whoops, my bad. That awkward moment when you overkill. And it makes it so you can't cast. Let's go throw a Ketris there. And we'll just go and, sure, we'll go to him. We'll go for a 3rd Ketris at this point. A little bit of a weird way to win, but yeah, I should have threw that very first Ketris on him instead of the firebomb. Only 100 souls, really. Well, we did get a Vault Key as our very first gnome this morning, so I can't really complain too much. Like, right as soon as I finished recording the video earlier, basically the first thing was like, oh, here's a gnome, or here's a Vault Key off the gnome. Let's get a Mercy down. Wait, what am I doing? We're up against Firebomb, so we might as well just let him win. Let's go. Well, we already started doing this. Let's go all the way. Never mind, it's not worth it now. Yeah, I might as well just pass my turn, do that. Please don't use that one. Good. And then we throw a Weaver at it. Or a Skull. There we go. Is the new Mythic good? No. New Mythic is, I don't know how to describe it. Let's see. Let's say what it does good. But, it's slightly above average, but it's not, like, insanely good at anything. Best things it has going towards it. Most noteworthy first thing right off the bat is the fact that it's stealthy plus impervious. It's currently the only troop that has this combination, and it makes it pretty unkillable, or at least hard to really focus down for the most part, since you can't single target it, and it also has immune to basically all stats effects as well as Devour and Mana Burn. Still pretty easy to kill, but you know, it helps make it a little bit tankier, if nothing else. Its durability is a little bit towards the lower side though, due to how high of an attack it has. But other than that, it webs all enemies. This also makes it slightly harder to kill. This will end up making it so your magic is 0 for its duration. It also makes it so you can't gain additional magic. Easiest way to deal with this is just to have something that cleanses all allies. Anything that does have cleanse, the cleanse does trigger before the magic reduction. So something like Divinia would always get HP buff if it was webbed. So something like Divinia or Mercy or anything like that is the best way to go about countering the webs on your team. Other than that, it hits a really high amount of true damage onto the last 2 enemies, and this is generally used to clean up and then get a gigantic explosion. More often than not, you would only want to cast this thing if you are getting the explosion. If you are casting it without the explosion, you are losing almost all of its value, other than the web. But yeah, you just have to constantly make sure whatever your team is and whatever you build with it is structured in a way that you can actually go and try securing those kills. Because if you don't, then, well, you're kind of wasting the point of even using the troop. Oops, I should have taken that skull. Luckily, we found one randomly. I'll just throw a Ketris down. That'll bring it into kill range. We gotta go and explode immediately. And then we just keep repeating that over and over again until we win. Unless we don't get mana, in which case I guess we just throw a Ketris and then go from there. So we'll throw that down. And then just hit it with anything. And go for it again and repeat the cycle until we just kill them all. And that's pretty much that. Hello, Traylin, welcome. I will take the easier one. No point in taking the harder battle if we don't need to. Especially since we're not using a hero, or we're not using, what? Then again, I don't know. Maybe we'll be better going for the better ones, because we are currently using, but maybe not with the Mythic itself, but if we were going to bring out the hero class, we are using Priest right now, so we actually could take away basically every 3 trophy, since we're now using the proper hero class for once. It's been a while since we've used the proper hero class for the Divine team. Okay, we'll go take that down. Let's get a nice Ketris in there and just triple kill his team. Basically, the entire team just goes down. And for fun, let's just go get a Weaver kill. Easily get full mana off of that. And ever so barely enough to go in Weaver. Actually, you know what? It's better just Ketris. We'd already win the battle that way. Could have double Weavered, but oh well. What would be a good replacement for Ketris other than Infernus? Let's see. What colors are we missing? They're only red. So Crimson Bat. Hey, another pet gnome. Unfortunate, because we already have one active, so no need to go for that. But good replacements. Goblin Rocket would be the cheapest. Next would be something like Crimson Bat. Other than that, maybe a Tesla. Probably Crimson Bat would end up working out better, though. Main reason I say Tesla is it concentrates the damage more after you already got a kill. And that will technically make the last 2 have lower HP overall. And it was spoken with this. But yeah, I would probably say, oddly enough, almost just something like Goblin Rocket. Biggest thing is you need to just mark them down into kill range. Crimson Bat would work because you do true damage. Even Marilith, I guess, could technically work because you keep poking them down. Would depend how much you're, how late in the game you are on if Marilith will be worth it. This late in the game, probably Marilith wouldn't be, but it can keep looping 6 true damage pretty consistently over and over again. Biggest issue is, of course, this late in the game, 6 true damage is not as good as earlier in the game. So why did I not go for the Doom Skull? I'm being as bad as the AI, where I like never take the Doom Skull option. But we'll go and throw a Mercy there. It's not gonna be enough to even do anything. Why are we even trying to do that? But we'll go and just let the Ketris go down. He'll firebomb the other one, and that'll be that. Come on. There we go. It's only a matter of time before you cast. Oh yes, as far as this mythic, a lot of true damage mythics in the game. They're going to be a lot better in the future once more true damage options come into the game. The more that there are, the more likely one of them is to be viable. Same as things that like are Yali, Suna, stuff like that. While they're kind of average right now, or even below average, once more true damage comes into the game, and once the Priest team isn't really meta anymore, it'll probably make a pretty big comeback, true damage. At one point, it used to be the best mechanic in the game. These days, it's almost never used just because there's almost no extra turn capability or mana generation capability within them. But now we do have something that does. We have, of course, the like this thing, where we can kind of just break through and get that high amount of damage in there, which is kind of nice. Okay, I'm actually going to go for something a little bit weird here. Go for it right down the center there. That'll bring those two into kill range. And then we can just go and try mercying it. Get their double kill, get all of our mana back. So yeah, mana generation like that normally isn't available on true damage. It's, other than Marilith, it is the best mana generating true damage troop in the game. Assuming you get kills. Well, if you get kills, it definitely is. But even if you're not, as long as you're getting one occasionally, it's still coming through to be the best mana generator. Seriously, what is with all the pet gnomes? Someone was mentioning that too, that there's like so many pet gnomes around. That is like our 3rd or 4th pet gnome already. Yeah, we haven't even gotten that many treasure gnomes. I guess technically, the treasure gnome event does increase pet gnomes as well. Maybe they changed it to just add a lot of pet gnomes on top of it. That's kind of cool because that means you'd perpetually have pets the entire time. The only bad side to that would be when you get them and there's a pet already active, you get almost nothing out of them. You just get white pet food, which is useless. It's basically the equivalent of getting nothing. Let's see. We are 1 off from being able to do anything to him. I guess we'll just take that skull. Oh no, that doesn't even give Ketris mana. No! I need Ketris to get to full mana right now. Okay, we'll take that brown. That'll get it to full. Pet gnome will kill in a second. Actually, we'll kill it now, just safety's sake. I'll throw this right there. I'll bring it to kill range. Speaking of kill range, wow, that did a lot of damage. That's not even going to stop him either. Oh, hey, we just got the web, or this little web thingy. I actually hate that summon. If I had the capability of doing so, I would have actually not fully traded this troop. The only reason I did is it was required in order to get the Kingdom max, so unfortunately we kind of had to, but yeah, I didn't want to. It's not actually worth getting maxed. It's actually stronger with only its first 2 traits than all 3. But if you want max Zolkiri, it is required to fully trade it. And Zolkiri does have a pretty decent tribute, and the extra reward you would get is higher tribute, so yeah, I would definitely say if you're late game, it is worth just to max it out. Very rarely will this be a bad trait, but more often than not it is. It's not really that helpful. If nothing else, it is pretty good for Guild Wars. I don't know if you'd actually bring this into Guild Wars for anything, though. I'm pretty sure there's at least one color day where it kind of fits into something, where it'd be okay just as a cleanup troop. Probably Yellow Day with Bard or something is where it would work best. Okay, let's just go for this. Just keep throwing this down over and over again, pretty much. Actually, I think we already won, just with like a nice Ketris there. Okay, not all the way, but he's pretty much dead. Guess we'll throw another Mercy down. And I think we're just going to go for Explosion and Ketris him. Or anything at this point. But we'll go to Ketris just so we don't do explosions. Save some time since we don't need to worry about the board. Hey, I got an Ultra Rare Ingot as well. Let's see. Oh yeah, next week, the other thing that's going to be helping is that new troop. There's a new troop coming out that has a 50% chance to devour Webbed and Tangles. I personally feel like it's going to be used a lot more within Tangle than with Web. But of course, yeah, you can technically use it with the Mythic that just came out. And they both overlap on green, so you could use it in some kind of weird green team as well. Okay, we'll go throw our Mercy in there. Start getting our mana up all the way on him. Just go all in and just explode out the board. Hopefully something will reach full mana. That would be useful. Like Ketris, so we can actually go and start getting this team rolling. Okay, we got everything we need now. And now we just need to actually just start applying them. So we throw that down immediately. Throw the hit right there. Get them all webbed. And yeah, just throw another Ketris. Kind of go from there. We get our mana right back up. Get our ability right back. And it does basically nothing to us since this whole team is webbed. Unfortunately, he doesn't get that cleanse, but clear everything out. Come on, mana. What are you doing? You're so close. I guess we'll go for a Mercy here. Oh, I should have just went for the extra turn, but oh well. All we have to do now is just double cast this. Or kill it off of that. That works too. There we go. Yeah, I'm not even noticing much of the web. It does really come into play, but the problem is they would need to not have a cleanse. Almost every team runs cleanse these days, though. It's because so many people run Divine, and even if they're not using Divines, there's still so many good cleanse options out there that, yeah, that's a little bit annoying. Because everyone just gets it off immediately. Okay, we'll grab all that mess, get pretty much all the mana we need, throw Gurgulpa there. Got everything now. Throw that onto the weaker one, just so we get that down. I deliberately did it that way so we'd get a kill. And now they're all webs, so they do almost nothing to us. They're right in the center there. Doesn't actually kill, but it gets it pretty close to range. And then we just cast this twice, or just go for Ketris. There we go. That awkward moment when Ketris is better than Ubistet's. And Ubistet's even craftable this week, too. It's not actually overall better than Ubistet's, but it is good enough that it's comes into play for stuff like this. If I'm not mistaken, there was a poll. I'll be doing a video on that pretty soon, too. There was a poll that was accumulated, and we got a bunch of data. And I think I had about 100 results or so. But it actually came out, I don't think Ketris made it to, like, it was like top 7 or something. It actually was surprisingly not top 5. It used to be in the past, but ever since Ubistet, I guess a lot of people kind of considered it lower. Let me actually go double check. I forget where it was. Let's see. I have too many tabs open for these. Let's see. This one is Best Mythic to Craft. There it is. Let's see. Where did he make it on? He made it onto... Oh, I didn't even vote for him. I'm contributing to the problem. Let me go vote for him real quick. How did I not? Let's see. It's one that you normally forget about, but he's basically just as good or even better than Ubistet in many instances. Ketris the Bull. There we go. I voted for him now. Let's see. Where did he place? He placed in, even with my one vote, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He even made it below Elma Grimm. But he placed... Hey, I actually guessed that correctly. He made all the way at 7th, which is actually kind of surprising because, yeah, he's really good. I know I personally don't use him that often, just because normally Ubistet's better. But, yeah, there are teams where he's more damage overall. Actually, even in just any general team, he's actually more damage than Ubistet's. The only reason Ubistet tends to... why Ketris tends to not be used as often is mainly because of the whole, losing stats thing. Like right here, if we were using, what's his name? If we were using Ubistet, we'd be able to make a comeback. But at this point with this current situation, we're not making a comeback. Also, the fact that he has Divine right here, he ends up gaining so much HP and heal on the thing that we actually can't kill it now. And that's the problem with using true damage on, against Priest, or against other similar hero classes, or, you know, against the whole Divine team. But I believe he was using the correct Priest as well. Anyways, I think we'll switch out into normal Divines for a little bit after this and go actually hunt Gnomes. Because this team is slightly slower than if we were just to be using standard Divine. Unless we're doing 1 trophies. Against like 1 trophies, it seems to actually be quicker. But most of our battles aren't going to be that easy. Especially if we're going to be trying for leaderboard. I'll throw another Ketris down. That'll get back killed. And all we really need now is a nice burst of mana and kill it out with anything at this point. Or maybe not anything. It's actually not going to die to this, unfortunately, but we can kill a Wicker Gulf after. It's not that big a deal. And down it goes. Let's see. You thought third trait blocks mana, but it doesn't? Or Spider is brown-red? Spider is brown-red. I think when I said it blocked mana earlier, I was thinking of the red-purple Spider. The one that hits all enemies and then webs a random one. Initially, when I was talking about it, that was the one I thought it actually was. I didn't realize it was Tome Spider, which was that other newer one they added. That's slightly different. But yeah, it has no mana conflict with it, which is nice. Let's see. I don't know if they changed that or if I just misspoke on that the initial time. It's one or the other. Let's see. We'll just move that down. Wait, why are we even trying? We're up against fire bombs. It's auto win, but we'll go and throw that right in the center there. We'll get a nice hit onto the last 2. Good, he actually does do the right one. We'll go get a mass explosion, and then we just kill it with anything, or we'll just firebomb itself. There we go. And down it goes. Yes, a stream that's not at 3 a.m. your time. Every Friday and Saturday we stream at 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is this time right now. But yeah. Normally, of course, on a general day, we stream at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is probably pretty late from people in Europe and other locations. Hello, Zork. Welcome. And if anyone still has any other questions or anything I missed, let me know, and I'll make sure to go over it. Are you aware if when opening gem chests, the amount of ingots that it says you get is false? Bug. You opened 200 and got 33 ultra rares. There's no way you got 33 ultra rares from that. But you checked inventory, less than 20. I've never seen it drop that many. It would drop like maybe 15 at most or something. I haven't actually checked that though to see if it's different than what it actually says. But yeah, I think it's just showing the wrong number. 33 seems ridiculously high. I don't think it goes that high. Shouldn't be that high. I believe more realistically it's around about 20. Is how many would normally give. But then again, I've never really opened them in 200 bulk, so I wouldn't really know. Normally, whenever I do them for videos, I do them in 50s. But even when I was only getting like 3 or 4 for every 50. So if we multiply that out, that's barely going to be 20. It's going to be under 20. How good is the new Mythic? It's above average, but it's not like one of the better things in the game, that's for sure. It's basically above average. That's the full description of it. It's above average and it has 2 things it does really good. Well, technically 3. It has the best mana generation of any true damage, assuming you can actually secure at least 1 kill. It's the only troop in the game with stealthy plus impervious. And it's the only troop in the game that can web all enemies. And that's everything that it basically has going towards it. Every other aspect of it's kind of just there. And doesn't really do much. Alright, let's take a yellow. Grab that down. Take another yellow. Need to get Grogolfa rolling. Perfect. Start forward, get Knight's Mercy, go from there. So we'll do this onto Paladin. That shouldn't kill him. Good. Oh, but it's not enough damage to actually get into kill range, is it? Unfortunate. Oh no, do we just double cast it? How do we work around that now? Let's see. I guess we just throw another Ketris at it and do it kind of weirdly. So we'll do that. That'll half damage that. That's still not enough to bring it to kill range. Oh, that's a little unfortunate. Now it is. And then we just do that. Go get that cleansed. It doesn't even go for it. And down it goes. I really wish there was a true damage way to use this thing. The few I was testing earlier weren't really working with it. Like with Oriali, Crimson Bat was kind of okay, Draculus, stuff like that. I haven't tried it with Marilith yet, but I assume this late in the game it wouldn't have been high enough. But it would be really good for lowering them right into range. Because if we were just a little bit short, we could just simply throw a Marilith into a Marilith into a Marilith or something. And then it will bring it right into range. But yeah, new Mythic, definitely worth going for if you have several Mythics already. From what I've tested so far, this is the best team for it, but we still have more testing to do, of course. Come on, use Firebomb. There we go. But for now, let's go leave this at that, and go actually hunt some Gnomes, which we're technically already doing already. But actually, we'll go for this one more time, into this one, because it is pretty good against 1 trophies. But hey, Treasure Gnome as well. I guess we are technically farming some Gnomes then. Get that down. I just mainly want to use the Priest a little bit more, just because I will be quicker in most instances. But I'll go move this down. I'm going to bother for its mana, it's fine. Grab that, get kill, take greens. Oh, now he's blocked, fail. And then we'll have to kill it with Ketris since it's quicker. I'm going to cast the other thing. It's like it's not even here. Ketris, do all the work. Go. Dead. And what do we got from the Gnome? Come on, Volkey! Hey, I did say when we found another Volkey, I give out a redeem code. That's the second Volkey now. Perfect. So, yeah, there we go. I did say when we find a Volkey, that is now 2 Volkeys we found so far. Well, 1 off stream, 1 this morning, right after the other video, and 1 right now. And yeah, let's go give out the first code, and we'll give out the other code when we find another Volkey. So that brings us up to a total of 8. I was convinced by people to actually start holding my Volkeys. So I am going to be holding my Volkeys till next Gnome event, mainly, or even just next patch, because there are going to be more Gnomes and stuff within the drop table, and I do want to save it for that purpose. So, yeah, we're going to be holding our Volkeys just to make sure we do indeed get them, and, yeah, so not going to be using them yet, unfortunately. But we'll be able to accumulate them up and still give out codes, if nothing else, so we'll still have something for them. Anyways, let me go give out a code. As I said earlier, let me go find where on earth it is, though. One of these tabs should be it. No, that's a spoiler thread. There it is, July redeem codes. Actually, this thread's still named July, isn't it? I never made an August one. We had like 2 July ones, but I never had an August one. Because she gave like a really weird amount, which is why it was like that. Anyways, let's go into the next one. I don't think any of these are related to the mythic. They're just all random words, and some of them are just literally random gibberish. But we'll go into that. Let's see. This one says Mab is life in a very, very weird spelling, just to make sure people don't guess it. Luckily, all the codes that she ended up making, or actually requested for that, she made into really, really weird things that are like near impossible to actually guess. So put that in there, double check if it works. It should. Redeem, and it does indeed work. Very nice. Let's go put this over here so we can go and post it into chat. Let me go post this below me, and we'll go from there. Let's see, where is the redeem code? There it is. Put that right in there. Move that down, and there it is. And now let me go post it into chat so you guys can just copy paste it. Here we go. Click OK, and copy paste this over to chat. So let me move that over, grab all that mess, and post this into there. And we'll have another one a little bit later on, likely when we find another vault key, unless we find a vault key immediately. In which case we'll have to wait a little bit longer than that. I highly doubt we're going to find another vault key immediately, though. Anyways, let's go do some Rune Priest, I guess. I mean, not Rune Priest. Why do I keep saying Rune Priest? Let's go do some Divine Team. We are finally using Priest class. This is the strongest team in the entire game. And the main reason I'm using this, or one of the strongest teams in the entire game, there are technically other variants of this team. I just personally prefer using this one. Okay, let's go get a nice hit down. And go from there. Yeah, no problem for the code, everyone. Hey, who knows? Maybe someone will get a mythic off of that. With how many claims the gem keys have, or how many claims the codes have, someone between today and tomorrow, when we give out 4 redeem codes, 2 each day, someone should get a mythic, even if they don't report that anyone got a mythic. Someone should have, because there's a few hundred claims on each, and it only takes about 1,000 gem keys. And there's going to be about like 1,500-ish or so people who are going to get 1 gem key off of that. So, yeah, someone's going to get the mythic off of it. Even though it's directly not specifically a mythic, someone will get it off that 1 gem key between today or tomorrow, most likely, statistically. We'll go throw that down. And then just Uber Stick kill it. We'll go into 3 trophy. We might as well just go into every 3 trophy for the most part. Since we're using Rune Priest, I mean, I keep saying Rune Priest. Since we're using normal Priest, pretty much every battle is winnable. Because we're finally using the correct hero class for once. Which feels weird to actually use a hero class for what it's meant to be used for. Because I keep using them just to level them, instead of what their actual intentions are for. Can you stop extra turning? You have like nothing on your team. You just took like 5 turns in a row, felt like. Okay. But now we're a little short on mana. Don't actually have any quick way of killing it at the moment. It would have been funny if he actually went for the blue. Seriously, he's just going crazy. He just does not want to go down. There we go. Code doesn't exist. Make sure you don't have a space bar in it. It sometimes, when you copy paste from YouTube, it adds a random space that shouldn't be there. You got a Bone Dragon from it. Bone Dragon used to be very, very insanely, ridiculously good. Not anymore, though. These days, he is pretty bad. Oops, I should have taken this green. Oh well. Grab all that mess. We'll take some green. We'll throw catches at it. He'll go in HP buff, which is bad, but we'll go for the kill right here. Get those down. We'll go get catcher stats down so we don't have to deal with that as much. And just throw it in again, and down it goes. But yeah, copy paste and make sure there's not an extra space at the end. That tends to be, whenever it doesn't work, it's most likely just a space at the end. If it's working for everyone else but not for you, it's either your invite code could be wrong or there's no space at the end of the code. I will go for Infernus. Go kill that out immediately. Double check that we actually removed all the extra turns. Before we do, let's go grab some skulls. Hopefully that goes down. Pick another one. Pick everything off the board. Throw a nice Ketris in there. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. Okay, come on. Too many extra turns. That can actually be a bad thing sometimes. When you get so many extra turns, it can actually delay you from doing your next turn because you have to keep removing them if you're doing something that's going to end your turn afterwards. Well, let's go get a Ketris in there and double Ketris. Smooth kills and go from there. We'll find some more gnomes. I feel like we run several battles without one. Come on, gnome. Let's see it right there. Third slot. Boom. Nope, that's not one. Alright, we'll take brown over. Grab a red. A firebomb. And let's move something else over. Get a nice furnace in there. Actually, it's firebombs. What am I doing? I might as well just let him win. There's no point in playing out the battle. There we go. And he just firebombs. That awkward moment when the enemy getting extra turns is actually beneficial is when they're using firebombs. It's actually perfectly fine with them constantly hitting extra turn after extra turn. Hey, there's our gnome. That's what I'm looking for. Alright, let's go kill this out real quick. Get that down. Get a nice furnace in there. Actually, let me take this red just so we have Oobstead to clean up whatever's left. And then we Oobstead at it, and that's match. He'll throw a little hammer. And dead. Wait, has it seriously passed its maximum use? We don't even have that many people watching right now. We have a little over 100. Well, I guess it's a little bit more than normal. But, wow, that got used quick. Any room in my guild? No, not at the moment. We normally recruit on Sundays and Saturdays, though. But yeah, at this current moment in time, we are full. It is Guild Wars next week, so if we do end up losing anyone, we'll need to make sure we get someone quick. But best way to do that is contact me on the Gems of War forum. And yeah, if you just do that, then I'll know, and then I'll be able to get you if we do end up losing someone next week. I don't think we are. Normally Guild War weeks is actually the one that people tend to like the most compared to like raids or invasions. But you never know, you can sometimes lose people then because they need to go on vacation or some other thing. How can you tell if you have a mythic troop? They have a blue border around them is the easiest way. The other way that you can kind of tell is mythic troops are the only troops in the game that use 3 colors. That's probably the easiest way to tell. You're level 764 and still kind of learning the game. You did a search for mythic in your troops and 5 results came up, but you can't believe any of them are mythics. Oh, you can ascend things to mythics as well. They're not technically mythics, but they're they have higher stats, or basically they've been ascended to as far as they can go. But yeah, real mythics are troops that cover all 5 colors. I mean, what am I saying? That cover... I like combine 2 different things at once. But mythics cover 3 colors every single time. They're generally 20 or higher mana cost. And another way you can tell is if you look at this little thing up here, they have like a certain amount of stars here. This is actually how you can tell the rarity of the troop. And if they have all 6 of them, it's a mythic. You'll notice that some of my other troops will have a different amount. So let's say Gorgolfa here. You see it only goes up to 5, which means it's a legend. If it only goes up to 1, it's a common, a rare, ultra rare, epic, legendary, and of course all of them is mythic. And that's another way that you can kind of tell the rarity. I actually didn't notice that at first. Someone brought that to my attention like a week or 2 after that patch. I forget who it was, but I definitely did not notice that initially. But it's not that obvious, but that does indicate the rarity as well. You can also check the card itself by clicking on it. If you click on any card under your little thingy, like let's say you have one that's a mythic, if you go under its, I believe it's disenchant section, it'll tell you what its base rarity is. Of course, the easiest way is just to look at the thing at the top of it. But let's say we didn't know what rarity this guy is. You can see that he's currently has a mythic, or he's been upgraded to mythic, though he's actually a rare. But another way that you can check that is if you go to the disenchant page, it says base rarity and then whatever it is, and that's how you can tell what it is. Of course, the current rarity is based on how far you've ascended, but base rarity always stays the same. But if we click on this, it'll be just mythic because it is a mythic. So you see right there, it says mythic because it's mythic. But yeah, generally easiest way to tell is if he uses 3 colors. Every mythic in the entire game uses 3 colors. Also, I didn't even say anything about the redeem code, but yeah, it gives the same reward as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. I guess we'll be able to use that 1 gem key real quick. Other than that, your invite code can be found underneath your settings menu. Whatever your game says there is what you use. And the redeem code can be found below. And also copy pasted in chat, or actually it's kind of buried by now. But some people were already saying it was used up, surprisingly. But we'll have another one later on when we find another vault key. And what do we get from this? Do we need more copies of him? Oh, we actually did. So that's just not too bad of a thing to get. He's a pretty useless troop, but more copies is good on something that we don't have fully ascended yet. Where did you get the divine weapon from? Oh, this weapon is currently unobtainable. Unfortunately, it's like one of the best weapons in the game, but at this current moment in time, it is unobtainable. It was available from raids or invasion, I forget which, about 2 to 3 months ago. And at the time, it was basically nearly dead content, but then they ended up buffing all of them. And then with just the divine meta that ended up coming in, it became essentially the best weapon in the entire game. Unfortunately, it's not obtainable anymore, but it will be in the future. I don't know why they have so many weapons that are pretty much unobtainable at the moment. They are going to be making changes to the game in the future that will make them obtainable in some way, shape, or form. But at this current moment in time, there's no way to get Divine Protector. Luckily, there are alternatives for this particular team that we're using right now. Best alternative is to not use Ubistet and to do something like a Mercy, fully traded into a Mountain Crusher. And also, you can just always replace out, if you don't want to use your hero, you can always just replace out this with Mercy. And it's basically the exact same thing. In some instances, Mercy can actually be stronger than using your hero there. We'll go for that. But it's a lot safer bet using the weapon. I'm going to kill out the Gnomes so we don't have to deal with it. I don't think I really need to kill it, though. And with how many Gnomes there are around, I don't even think we really need to worry about it. We could, there could be like 5 minutes remaining and we'd still end up finding a Gnome pretty much. Oh, I'll go get that done. Wow, that Cascade was pretty nice. How did we not get an extra turn off of that? The Hilthrone and Furnace. Come on. Should have enough durability to survive that with this team. Apparently not. Oh, it better not cast. If it cast, we're actually dead. Okay, good. It was not smart enough to go for the cast. And it was go for Skull, and down it goes. It actually would have won if it would have went for the cast there. Probably would have gotten lucky enough. Why do people set defend teams as 4 times Firebomb? Because it's the best defend team in the game for PvP. Main reason is the strongest defend team to use in PvP is the weakest possible option you can use. The main reason for this is it's actually better to lose than to win in PvP. I know that doesn't really make much sense, but it's mainly because of the incentive system they have. With revenge battles, you not only end up getting... well, basically, revenge battles trigger when you lose to someone in PvP. Or specifically, them beating your defend team. Hey, we got an epic ingot. But them defeating your defend team will end up giving you a revenge battle. This revenge battle not only gives the 3 glory, which is pretty obvious, but it also gives an invisible, basically double the amount of gold. If you check your gold before and after the battle, while it doesn't actually show doubling at the end of battle, it does indeed give about double the amount of gold. So you can just check the actual numbers. So that's a lot of extra gold to be getting. And with that being said, it's pretty much always better to get as many revenges as possible. And that's why people set their team as 4 times Firebomb or 1 Firebomb or other ridiculously similar weak things. It's just because it ends up working better for accumulating more gold and slightly more glory. The only reason I'm currently not using a weak team is we're trying for a leaderboard right now. And it just makes it slightly harder to make the leaderboard if you have a weak team set. The only real benefit to, or the really only incentive structure to setting a better team is the fact that you lose less points if you have a better team set. That's only really applicable if you're trying to leaderboard. If you're not bothering for leaderboard, it's always better to set something like 4 times Firebomb. It's why you see almost everyone using 4 times Firebomb or other similar things. Oh, that is really funny. I'm trying for a leaderboard this week and it's green-purple. I actually have the least amount of green-purple trait stones. What's also pretty funny about this is the new Mythic requires it. So they actually did a pretty nice synergy with it, where the week for the thing, the trait stone that you get is actually required for the new Mythic. Speaking of that, the new Epic coming in on next Monday is one of the arcane trait stones you need for the Mythic. Green-purple was one of them. I forget what the other one was. But whatever the other one was is the one that's coming in on Monday. Let me double check. It was purple yellow. Purple yellow is the other color that it requires, and you'll be able to stock up on infinite number of it really easily on Monday. So if you do happen to pick up the mythic between now or next week, all the trait stones are basically available. You can get some more green purple off a leaderboard, or simply just go farm them manually at that point. And of course the yellow purple that you need, you can just get infinite of next week for very cheap. How are we doing on leaderboard? That's the kind of one of the main goals, or at least starting to work towards. There's a 10,000 gap, so let's start covering that 10,000 gap. We got quite a ways to go, but let's keep going at it. Let's see. Yeah, doing raids and evasion is definitely worth going for sure. You should pretty much always be doing raids and evasions to a slight degree. As a newer player, you don't need to worry about it as much. But ideally, once you get into a better guild, they probably will have some amount of requirement to do it. They might not specifically have a gem requirement, but pretty sure at least free battles they'll have as a requirement or something. But generally, you would want to try being in a guild that does complete out raids and evasions to all of its rewards. Not really required, but it's definitely quite a bit extra loot, that's for sure. Oh, he's going to get a full famine. That's unfortunate. Should have double checked that and tried for the poke and then tried getting the extra turn. Probably would have been a little bit better to do. But oh well. Let's go and we'll get our mana that way. Let's take Skull. Start getting Infernus up. That slows us down quite a bit actually. I hate famine so much. Easiest way to deal with that would be if we use the Divinia version of this team. I actually need to start bringing that out. Because one bad thing about this version of this team, it is really bad against mana drain. Like ridiculously bad. Any mass mana drain team I pretty much just skip always because we're not using Divinia. Mana, where are you? We'll quick grab that. Should be enough. He's not using web or anything. Oh! He just killed us! Oh no, we could actually lose now. We could actually lose. He's gonna famine us. And next hit we take will kill us. Oh yeah, we don't have any skull. Oh yeah, we're actually gonna lose. Because it would take too much, I didn't even see, we're at 0 attack. Yeah, that's not gonna do much. No! Oh no, maybe we do bring the Divinia version of it out. It also deals with freeze and stuff pretty well. Alright, we'll take it right over. Yeah, it'd increase our win rate by a lot if we were to do that. Though I believe it overall slows us down. Alright, we'll go for that. Take a hit. Go for that. Better manas that we need. We'll get a Dawnbringer there. I'm not using Dispel, so Infernus basically is our Dispel. We'll do that. We'll get a double kill on the middle, and then throw the cycle down again and win out that way. They're kind of spread, but hopefully we'll get a Skull or something. Or another Infernus. I guess we'll just go down that route. Anyways, poke it with anything. That does indeed count as anything, and down it goes. Use 800 gems plus 200 gem keys. No mythic. Aw. Yeah, it does happen sometimes. He is available all next week, though, as well. If you do want to try for it next Monday. He will be available from Monday to Friday reset. Basically Monday to Thursday. Yeah, he's available for the entire week. All mythics are that way. Take the skull over. Do we throw Infernus here or do we just go forward the hit? I think we do go for it. The Ubistet. Get that in there. Then we just throw this into skull spam or something. Do we have any alignment off this? No, we do not. So let's go for a hit. And it was go all in on this guy. And basically anything we do will kill him out. And it'll be good to go from there. So he's going to go try throwing a Rogue Breaker. Doesn't even get it. Down it goes. And dead. Hey, 4,000 gold. If anyone still has any other questions or anything, let me know. And we'll probably go back to doing the new mythic soon. I just kind of wanted to farm a little bit more into the gnomes, of course. Because it's treasure gnome weekends. Okay, we'll go move that, move that. Ooh, if we get a nice Infernus down. How's the new mythic troop looking? Pretty nice. Let me go show the other team I was using earlier. And then we'll probably go try another one out. Haven't tried too many with it yet. Oh, did it just Archer kill me? Why are people still using Archer? It's not even that good. No, actually it is pretty decent. It's a lot luck-based. It doesn't excel anything than some of the other hero classes, or it doesn't excel better than them, but still has purposes. Oh wait, we're actually webbed right now? That's not good. I don't have a cleanse for that either. Well, actually, we technically have Divine Follow, but I can't believe how much damage this guy has even while webbed. Like, he has ridiculously high. 10 base damage? That is so ridiculously high. I should have went for that mana. We actually could have cleansed. I didn't see that purple just sitting right there. Could have had enough for Divine Follow and be ready to go. There you go, let's go focus, get that up, throw in a furnace, go from there. And throw. Can he stop getting bandits? Hate that too. We'll go for that, get that down. Throw a nice skull at it, and then anything we do from there will basically kill it. Need to find the last little hit. Problem is, where's that last little hit? And there it is. Of course, we'd get all of our mana right at the end when we already won. Mountain Crusher, Dragon Soul, Rah Rah. What is that for? PvP. Yeah, I guess that'd be PvP Ferris Raw. I guess that'd be okay. I personally don't really care for running in PvP though. Let's see. What do you think about this team? Scion, Hero, Mountain Crusher, Suna, New Mythic. Let's see. Scion, Hero, Mountain. Yeah, I guess that would end up working. You have a bunch of mana drain. You can keep getting mana, disable them. I feel like you'd be better just going with a second Exploder, though, instead of the Scion. But Suna plus New Mythic could definitely end up working. Let's actually go test that. First things first, though. Let's go not do that one. Let's go not that one either. Okay, we'll just go clear out this one real quick. But yeah, this was the main one we were using earlier. Then let's go make another one as well. The Gorgotha, Ketris, the Weaver, Mercy. Doesn't use any hero, though. But Mercy immediately, assuming we have it. Hey, Treasure Gnome as well. So we'll do that. Move down whatever else we have. Throw a Gorgotha in there. Ideally, we'll have something reach full mana. Apparently not, but we'll go throw that down again. If it's a weaker battle, we can just go immediately into this or throw Ketris. We'll do that. And most of our mana back. They're already webbed. Throw that down. Ideally, we'd have a full mana here. We'll go Mercy it. Throw down again. Dead. And repeat the cycle until we win again. And that's pretty much the entirety of that team. And we get 2,500 gold off it. But yeah, let me go try the Suna version of this of some sort. Okay, Suna time. Let's go replace this, I guess. Suna, let's get rid of that. Let's go try, Suna. Let's see, you do have 20% this week too. You have Fairy Fire as well, which can come in handy. So we'll try this. Hey, Suna, could that be, could she already be useful with another true damage? Weaver. Green Seer Giant Spider Loop. What do you do it off of? Reds, though. Let's see. What was the other thing? Didn't someone mention a Green Seer Giant Spider with this? Oh, yeah, was it with Kraken? Let's see. What are we missing if we go Green Seer Giant Spider? Anything? Green Seer Giant Spider. We're missing brown. What's the minus brown banner? I believe it was just the +2 yellow +1 red thingy. Oops, wrong order. Which I guess wouldn't be horrible. Not the greatest of things, but I think Frozen Banner would work best. And just go for the minus red, even though that kind of goes against Suna. But it gets our other manas up better. Yeah, we'll give this a shot. Maybe not against this team. Oh no, I feel like it's going to be too slow, though. Is the biggest problem. Alchemist Moneylender? Oh yeah, duh, we could go Alchemist Moneylender then. You are correct, because we get more reds. Yeah, that'd probably be a much better route. Yeah, I don't know why I went for this one then. Yeah, I guess because they both use green, I was like, okay, let's go feed them greens. But yeah, Alchemist Moneylender would still feed into both of them. It would just do it independently. And you'd have the Fairy Fire down as well. Yeah, we do go Alchemist Moneylender then. But let's go move this. Nothing else. Still get this down. Wait, why am I even doing on this? It's literally just Firebox. Okay, and down it goes. Yeah, let's go switch this to Alchemist Moneylender. Problem with that, though, does that cover everything? In that case, we're missing blue as one of our colors. So we're still missing a color. So we'll have to change our banner accordingly. But yeah, let's go down the Alchemist Moneylender route and see what happens with that. Because that would give us all the Fairy Fire we need. Alchemist and money. So get that in there, get that in there. Moneylender's still not maxed? Wow. Not like it needs to be. It gains like almost no benefit, but still. So now we're missing blue. Is there any blue minus banner that actually works with that? What are the minus blues? We have +2 yellow, +1 green. That actually sounds pretty good. And yeah, that's all we need then. That's fine. We'll just do that so we can one-turn Moneylender. And we do have an extra +1 red, right? Does nothing have a red link on here other than you? Okay, never mind. We're going to be 1 red short, but it's fine. Let's go get a shot against something not divine. Or that. Not that either. Sure, we'll try it against giants, I guess. Okay, so let's go and give this a shot, see what happens. Only big issue is we're stuck having to hit the strongest, which might not be good unless they're Fairy Fired. I'm gonna move that down, get a bunch of mana. Let's go get a nice Alchemist in here, hopefully. He kind of stops it, kind of doesn't. What do we throw this on? I guess just throw it on purple. And again, we could have just manually moved for that as well, I guess. But I'll go move that over, get a nice Moneylender. Nothing else that gives us the gold so we can start Moneylendering. So now we get Suna up, throw that over. Still need a lot more reds so we can actually Fairy Fire things. Nothing's really immune to it. Oh, we didn't get full mana off of that. We were supposed to. Okay, what do we do about that then? I guess we go and just cascade a bunch of stuff, get that down. We do have 2 Fairy Fires. I don't think either of those is really going to get much into kill range. We do want to get more of them down. Wow, that actually missed. Wow, not good. We're not even landing that many Fairy Fires. She's gaining so much HP. And then it just goes down. Well, come on, Suna, stop being useless. Let's see. Oh wait, never mind. It does the weakest enemies. Why did I say strongest? So that actually would bring them into kill range or overkill them. It would do one or the other. Let's see. One of them's Fairy Fire. It's not going to be enough damage though, but I do want to get the web down so we don't have to deal with it. But anyways, yeah, this is going to be way too slow. Unless we can get a really good loop at the front. I don't think it's going to be good enough to use. Out of everything that we can use with Alchemist Moneylender, this would be one of the last options I would ever bother using. Okay, move that. Move brown. And we'll just let him kill itself out. And down it goes. Okay, let's try this again. Yep, another Firebomb. What troop is good for Orb of Ascension? Whatever ones you're normally using is the best ones. Basically anything to get from Legendary to Mythic. It really just comes down to whichever one gains more benefits from its stats and whatever you actually are using. There aren't really like any specific one that would be the absolute best. Did you seriously just get a kill? Hey, we got an orb. That's funny. We got, or not an orb, but you know, we got the spider from him killing itself. Yep, someone found a pet. I should probably go do that. It's the Yeti. We don't have too many copies of that guy. But yeah, we'll give this one more shot. I don't know. I just don't feel like it's worth it at all, actually. We'd be better off just trying to make this work at that point. It just doesn't seem worth it compared to every other option we could do with those same things. And they'd be so much cheaper than that as well. They wouldn't even use 2 mythics. Oh, we should win for that green. Oh well. Just gonna get that down. Gain a decent amount of value off of that. Okay, too much value. Nope. Can't even get it on a normal team. Or somewhat normalish team. Okay. We'll try for the extra turn there. Actually, not even try. It's just sitting right there. We'll go see if we have a Mercy. Doesn't look like it. Doesn't even look like we have a Cascade for it. So we'll just move that down. Get a free turn. Now we have a little bit of a Cascade for it. But I'm going to go for throw catchers first. Get that down. Not in kill range. Wish we did have something that could go and poke it. I think we're going to go try a Mirrorlift version of this team already. We keep needing like this small true damage poke to actually lower them into range. I feel like that would end up coming through pretty nice with it. Yeah, let's go give that a shot. Let's go try mirror lifting it. So let's go, and not against that team. Let's go try, get rid of this. And let's go try a Marilith version. So basically replace that out with Marilith, and we figure out what to replace the rest of the team with. Technically a Corvash that, or we could just go all in mana generator. So we can go Ragnagord. And we could actually go Hero with Anu Scepter. Wouldn't be horrible. Is that the only color we're missing at this point? I believe it is. What is the best blue mana generator in the game? Other than Azura. Because we wouldn't really want Azura, since if they're webbed, we can't actually magic reduce them. Normally it would be Azura, though. I guess technically Corvash. He's not mana generation, and he's going to be blocking my brown. But he is true damage. Other than that, we could use a Crimson Bat for that exact same purpose, or Draculus for that exact same purpose. Probably Crimson Bat, because I wouldn't really want to block its mana as much. So I think that'll be the game plan then. It'll also give us more skull options, I guess. Or we could go Draculus, I don't know. It really just depends which way we kind of want to go with it. But I guess we'll go Crimson Bats. Oh, we got Hyndla maxed as well. We actually have several things that should probably go maxed. That we now have maxed due to opening keys. Let me actually go check that before we go do a team. What did we get upgradable? Some of them I do want to deliberately leave unupgraded, like I had before, in case we need to level anything. Let me double check. Oh, Autumn Imp! Finally! Finally! Do you know how long it has taken to get this thing maxed? Let's go get this thing maxed. I could have done that like ages ago, back when we, when he was first out. I didn't get it at the time though, because it was saving the glory. It was so cheap. I think it was like 180 glory each or something when he first was released. Hyndla's pretty nice to have maxed. We finally have maxed giant team now. As strong as a giant team can ever be, we now have upgraded. We'll go through an orb at her. Let's see, what else do we upgrade that's actually useful? I guess Lord Ember we get up. The rest we can kind of keep as is. And maybe the Spirit Dancer thingy. Oh yeah, let me go get this Ice Goblin up. If we're going to be using it, we definitely want to have it upgraded some. Let's go do that, get it to this little level. And see what else we can go do. Oh, yeah, also, we're almost at 2 million souls. If we'd stop spending all of our souls, that is. And I guess technically Lord Ember, get him upgraded. Because if we are going to bother using him, I don't normally use him, like at all. But if we are going to use him, we definitely want to make sure we have him upgraded. Because you would normally use him in first slot or second slot. So would want to have that higher amount of durability on him. And yeah, there we go. The rest I'll just kind of leave as is, because they're all either dead content or we'll just be using them for leveling up. Oh, I guess technically Spirit Dancer is the same thing, so let me go do her as well. So we'll go get that up. Apparently we haven't opened any keys since she was released, because it seems like we're getting the first ones just from that. And there we go. Anyways, that's that. And yeah, very nice. I don't think we got any kingdom upgrades from that. I highly doubt it. I think we're as maxed as max can be. The only new star we got, of course, was Zolkiri. How do you get the imps? They're seasonal based. Autumn imp is August and September. Spooky imp is October and November. Winter imp is December and January. Imp of love is February and March. Spring imp is April and May. And summer imp is June and July. And that's when all the imps are available. So since it's August now, the autumn imp is now available, but like we saw earlier. And yeah, but yeah, that's all the times when they are available. Let's go run a divine team against this. Getting tired of losing against divine team. So best bet is throw the exact same thing at it. What was your other question? It's probably completely buried by now. Oh yes, any rogue hero class is super annoying. I believe there are 3 of them currently. It's Archer, Assassin, and Warden. Of the 3, Assassin is generally the best. So of the 3, Archer's the only one that automatically starts with half mana. Warden can too, but it only does when you're using Beast Team. Okay, how do we deal with this? I need to try for an extra turn. So we'll do that, since I have a higher chance of extra turning. And then we just kill him before he gets to do anything. So that's the game plan here. Throw that down. So we get our Furnace. And pretty much dead. Go throw a hit at it. And overkill. What would you say? Should you open guild chests at only 20k seals? No, you shouldn't. You should generally save it for 40k. Almost always, assuming you're in mid to late game. Earlier on in the game, you generally go for 20,000, but later in the game, you should never be using it at anything other than 40,000. Eventually, even if your guild doesn't normally hit 40k, you could at least coordinate with them, save some of your purple orbs, and then push it over with the purple orbs on a given instance. But yeah, later in the game, you always want to be hitting 40k. Okay, we'll go take some purples. Run our furnace down. And let's kill that up. So much priesty XP going to waste because we already got it maxed. Yeah, priest is probably maxed like 2 times over at this point, it feels like. Take the purple over. Get in furnace down. Look for a poke at something. Full mana through Ubistats. Oops, I gave you so much mana. Luckily that weapon is pretty useless. And what else do we need? We'll just go grab some yellow, try getting cascades. Throw some reds. And then we throw in furnace at him. Which one of these? Let's go for the middle one. Okay, we'll go and take red over. You're not going to bother leveling any other class until they remove the fee. I know, it is so annoying with the fee. The fee is super, super annoying. Their plan that they mentioned in the past, I don't know how close they are to being able to code it or implement into the game, but what they wanted to do with it is allow you to set your hero based on your team. Basically, like how you set your banner for every team, you'd be able to set your hero class for every team. I don't know when that's coming in. I'm pretty sure next patch is almost guaranteed not including it, but some patch in the future will have something very similar or exactly to the degree where you basically just set your hero class exactly like you set your banner. It'll be a little bit of screen with every hero class on it, and then you choose one of them, and then boom, you'll have that one active. And you could set it, of course, across any team. And also at that point, there'd be no fee because you could just set it for any team as you choose. Okay, we'll move that down. Run furnace down. Move that for a skull. Get a nice Ubistat in there. And go from there. Go for skulls. Pick yellow. Furnace. Just got 1 vault key and 2 white pet food. Yes, for whatever reason, I don't know why, but I believe the pet gnomes can drop vault keys, which is kind of odd. But yes, they have the same chance of dropping vault keys as a treasure gnome, if I'm not mistaken, during this event. Normally, their only drop is 2 pet food, but it is possible to get a vault key off them. I have seen that in the past as well. I assumed it was a glitch at first, but it's been available for like 2 or 3 gnome events now. So apparently it's intended, or they just never fixed it. But I think it's actually intended. Which is kind of cool, because normally pet gnome drop table is ridiculously bad. But that means all gnomes in the future, if they do add more, will all probably have a vault key on them. Also, thank you for your subscribe, much appreciated. I still have no clue where that random sound keeps coming from. I disabled it on my main notification program, but apparently it's still coming through occasionally somehow. That old roar we used to have every single time anyone subscribed. Reason we disabled it was sometimes some streams, there's just too many subscribing and it gets really annoying. Normally when it doesn't happen that often, it's not too bad. We'll go through that down. Oops, that in there. till the famine, just so we don't have to deal with famine. Not like he's really going to win at this point. And we're throwing Furnace at it, and down it goes. Any idea on when Divine Ishbala is coming to Forge? Oh, it could be months. Legends take forever to rotate on Forge, simply because there's so many legends within the game. So yeah, I have no clue when it's going to come into Forge. Could be next week, could be 3 months from now. It can vary very, very, very heavily. Really wish they would allow more legends to be available in it. I believe current rotation is something like 4 months or something, because of how many mythics there are. Something ridiculously high. It's not too bad for mythics. It's like about 5 weeks or 6 weeks for mythics. But for legends, is a lot longer due to there being like 3 times as many legends. Any tips on where to farm diamonds? There is no way to currently farm diamonds. The only way to really obtain diamonds is from constantly doing them via dungeons every single day. And that's about all you're... Really? 3 of them? But doing dungeons every single day is about the only way you're really going to be accumulating diamonds at any rate. There isn't much a way to make it go any quicker. The only ways to kind of speed it up some is to make sure you're in a guild that is constantly getting 150 diamonds per week, because that's the maximum you can get per guild per week. And other than that, yeah, there really isn't any direct way of farming them. Technically, during treasure gnome events, you can get about 2 to 5 diamonds per hour approximately, though of course that's a relatively small amount of diamonds. And there really isn't any good way to infinitely farm them. Daily dungeons is basically just a long-term way of doing it, and there's almost no way to rush them. Do make sure to throw 50 gems at the pack every single Sunday, though. You don't have to do it literally every day, but Sundays it has better value and gives a lot of diamonds. And making sure you do that every single week is a good way to start accumulating them and rushing them up. Yeah, there's no direct way of farming them other than dungeons. Slowly over time. Any tips on where and how to farm? Oh, never mind, I just answered that. Let's see. They should keep Legends and Forge and just rotate Mythics every week. Problem is there's a limited amount of things they can actually put into the Soul Forge, which is why they don't have like a gigantic screen of like 20 Legends or something. Pretty sure they could make it more expansive than it currently is, but they do have a limit to how expansive they can make it with how they coded it. Yeah, Soul Forge still needs a lot of work. It was something that was kind of added, and it seemed like it was half finished. And it's still, you know, to a degree, seems like it's in that state where it doesn't seem like fully fleshed out yet. Not to mention, they didn't even add old weapons to Soul Forge. I still can't believe they didn't do that. They had like the perfect opportunity to go do that, and then they didn't. And now there's no way to obtain old weapons, at least currently. They are planning on some way of doing it. They just haven't figured out how. Okay. Throw the Furnace in there. Get an Ubistet, throw a poke, go from there. Also, I need a haircut. It's starting to get so long. I can tell when I need to shave because you start getting stuff like stuck in your beard. It always feels so weird. I'll go throw that down. Get the kill there. Well, luckily they're both next to each other, so that actually kills it. And down it goes. The fact that it actually died and summoned right there actually helped, which is kind of weird. But yeah, how is our PvP points doing? We're still a while away. I think we're like 9,000 from leaderboard. Still got a long climb to go. But we're going to be getting a lot of play in probably today and tomorrow, and a little bit on Sunday. Because we're trying to push in to get as many value as we can off the gnomes. If we're going to be playing, this is the time to be playing, so... Treasure Gnome events have the highest amount of resource rates you will ever get within the game. PvP with gnomes active is the quickest rate of any amount of resources that are ever available. Okay, he'll die to burn, or should die to burn. You better die to burn. And it's really stead it, and even if it revives, it dies. Tips on how to win a pet battle. You can't make it past 6. Hey, we got Arcane. Best way to win out a pet battle is... Oh, thank you for reminding me. We actually have pet active right now that I almost forgot to go do. Let me go do that right now. Best way to go win a pet battle is to go use a team. that has a Devour and Barrier on it. Earlier on in the game, one of the cheapest things that you can kind of get away with is using Cockatrice, Bullets, Apothecary, and Dragonian Monk. It has basically everything you need. It has the disables off your Cockatrice into your Devourer that you desperately need to win off of the Bullets. You need to make sure there's 13 or more Browns on the board, and then it has 50% chance to Devour, which is relatively high for earlier on in the game. And then you throw into Apothecary. Apothecary you use for Cleanse as well as mana generation. And lastly, Dragonian Monk is there for Barrier. Barrier is really important when you're fighting things that have ridiculously higher stats than you, because it reduces one whole instance of damage. Yeah, basically bottom line is as many disables as possible, like its Tango and Mana Drain, as well as having Barrier spam, as well as having at least one Devour option. And Bullet tends to be the better, cheapest option. Best overall option would be would be Great Maul if you have it laying around. Unfortunately, it's a legendary, but there are other options to use. Okay, we'll go take that down. Get this full mana. Take that. Hey, not full already. I'll take the yellow. Burn Furnace, hopefully enough damage. Apparently not. Should throw the Ubistep first, apparently. Get a nice Ketris in there. And it was poked it with something. So we'll take a red, try for Skull, and actually got it. Very nice. And down it goes. Even with a red storm, we still find Skull when we need it. Yeah, Double Dwarven Gate Valkyrie Tesla is really good in during pet battles as well. The only thing it doesn't win against is actually technically the battles we're up against now. So it's very bad against Submerge. Other than against Submerge spam, it's good against everything. I think Goblins and the Submerge spam, which comes from Atlantis, are the only two it's pretty bad at. Every other pet battle it's pretty good at doing. The Tesla team, that is. When does mid-game start? It's basically when you have level 10 All Kingdom. It's when you have level 10 All Kingdom and you can finally get into a good guild. It's basically when mid-game starts. We'll throw Ubistep down. Throw a Skull in there. Yeah, level 10 All Kingdom and starting to work towards 3 stars and 5 stars is mid-game. Late game would be once you finally have basically all kingdoms 5-starred, and end game would be when you basically own everything in the game, or very close to that point. Like the point when you know you have more resources than you could ever use. You know you have reached end game. Okay, we'll throw that down. But the main difference with end game compared to late game is you generally have everything maxed out as far as traits, so you don't need to do that anymore. You generally have reached a point where you're just accumulating souls and you already have everything that you would ever need to do with souls and just accumulating over time and stuff like that. It's basically near full completion, but not exactly full completion. Because even we're not at full completion, we still don't have, what's it called? Zugoth is the only thing we're missing. And then we'd have literally everything in the entire game. Though very, very few people currently have Zugoth. It takes forever. We're actually only 1/4 the way to having a Zugoth. That is how far we are. They deliberately made it excessively hard just to kind of have it as like a little bit of a trophy thing. It's also why I didn't make an achievement for it, because it would be so absurdly hard to actually obtain. At the rate they're releasing new content, that's funny. At the rate they're releasing new content, there is no end game. Well, there's always an end game. It's just what you actually define it as. Let's see. There we go. We're back. Sorry about that. I don't know what's up with this stream right now, but yeah, just like disconnected for a second and then disconnected completely for like 10 seconds. That was weird. But we're back now. Quick refresh if you haven't already. Actually, I should probably type that into chat. Quick refresh. There we go. Thick skull. Throw that down. I like how I say that whenever the connection goes down. It's like, click refresh and the stream will come back on. Oh wait, you guys can't hear me. I always do that. Okay, we'll go and take skull. Take another skull, go from there. What do we need? Just throw instead, I guess. And one more battle and we get a bunch of Yetis. What was Yeti for? That was Glacial Peak. Glacial Peak has like no benefit at all. Nothing good in the kingdom. Well, I shouldn't say nothing good. Queen Mab's actually insanely good. But other than that, there's almost nothing good in the kingdom. And maybe Skady occasionally. Yeah, we'll go for skulls. Get that down. Just it's going to be a little bit weird at it, but it'll be fine. Grab that down. Get rid of all these extra turns. Even more extra turns. So many extra turns. Okay, we'll leave that as is. Get Uber set down. A nice double kill. Throw in Furnace in the middle there. Just kind of let it go down. Throw it right in there. Do we have any skull spam that we can kind of get into it? Yes, we can. So we'll go for that. Just to kill it out. Too bad we don't have an Uber step right there. That'd be perfect cleanup. So we'll do that. It's a little late on the Uber step, but I think it's still enough damage to actually get the kill. So we'll go for it. And down it goes. There we go. And how many Yetis do we get? I think we need 3 to actually get the level. Oh, I thought that was 5 Yetis for a second. Too bad. But let's see. How many does that bring us up to? I think we're 1 short from leveling it. Oh, never mind. Whoa, how do we have that many copies of Yeti already? Hold up. You were like... When were you released? Weren't you the second new pet, or were you the first new pet? Could have sworn we were way less copies than that. This thing is 6 copies away from Mythic. Or actually 5 copies away, even closer than that. When did that happen? Wow. Maybe I was confusing it with a different one? Like, that's like right on top. That's closer than some of the other ones that have been out since the beginning. That's insane. That's a lot of them. I don't know if they actually increased the rate of some of the older ones, or some of the newer ones like that, though. But, yeah, it's pretty much right on top of it. Amazing. Anyways, back to PvP. Let's go get those gnomes. The main thing we're hunting for, of course. That and messing around with new Mythic. Good morning, Dragon Ball Z fan. Welcome. And hello, Wizzo. And as I mentioned, once we find another Vault Key, we will give out another code. Though if we don't end up finding one soon, I guess we'll base it based on something else. Oh, we'll throw in Furnace down. Get that going. Get a nice super stead in there. Get yellow over. But yeah, has anyone found a better team yet for the new Mythic other than what we've been using? Well, so let me go advertise in global chat and then go use new Mythic. Normally I don't advertise in global chat, might as well for once. Let's go say hi to global chat. Let's see. Let's go in there. Hello, everyone. I am streaming Gems of War on YouTube at Tacet the Terror using new Mythic Troop. We will have redeem codes soon for in-game resources. If anyone is interested. There we go. Grab all that. Copy, copy, copy. In case we need it again. And no! Okay, let's restart the game real quick. I hate when it does this. Game, fix your global chat. What are you doing to us? Okay, let's try this again. I still have it on my copy paste, so I should just be able to paste it right in. This is why you click the copy paste button. I don't think that ended up working. I don't know. Did it actually post? Is anyone in Global Chat 1 right now? Did it actually post or not? It does that almost every single time for me. Like, every time I want to chat in Global Chat, it's like, nope, you don't get to chat today. Let's try it again. Let's see. There we go. Fail. Anyways, let's go and just do this one. Let's go and just use the normal team then. But yeah, has anyone found anything better than this? Never mind. Oh yeah, we didn't try the other one yet, which was that one. Has anyone found anything better than this yet for the new Mythic? I have yet to. Does it fit into any Guild War defense? I haven't actually specifically looked into that, but yes, I'd assume so. I think you would have to build a completely new defense team out of it, but it would definitely fit into Guild War defense somewheres. I think Green Day would be pretty good on. Even just plopping it like into a Goblin team. But then again, it would get a slower start, but it'd be pretty funny. Like the days where you know they're going to have higher magic. Or the days you'd want to use it. Okay. We don't have a Mercy here. He just got rid of all my mana. Really? You gotta be kidding me. He's such a weak thingy. We'll go to that. Get that down, dead. Okay, let's go find a real battle now. It is insanely good at killing 1 trophies, though. I do have to say. If it excels at anything, it's definitely great at doing 1 trophy battles. Probably one of the better mythics actually at doing that. We don't have a good cascade for that, do we? No. We might as well manually move something then. Let's go move that over. Gonna get to wait till we get like a good Mercy or something here. Keeps giving me such bad alignment. Such horrible alignment. No. We don't want that. There we go. Take those yellows. There we go. Go down. Go through Ketris. Kill that out. Throw the other thing. Dead. And go from there. Just kill that out. Double kill. Okay, let's go find a real battle now, hopefully. If we get another easy 1 trophy to go clear out real quick. Let's see. But yeah, we'll have another redeem code a little bit later on. Hey, someone's using the exact same team as me already now. Different banner though. I prefer the double yellow. I wouldn't really use that as a defend though. I don't know, I guess you can technically get away with it if you didn't have anything else set to some of your other Guild War stuff. Let's go through this. Oh yeah, I forgot we can't target him. Fail. Oh no, it just healed high enough. Mercy, what are you doing? Why do you gotta be like that? You just out-healed our damage. What do I do about that? I guess we'll throw it down immediately. Just to get some webs down. So move that over. We could super overkill with Ketris right now if we wanted to. I'm gonna go for that. Get a nice hit on there, then double kill and go from there. And it should pretty much be match. Just go do that. Go get another Gorgolfa in there. That should be full mana for one of them or both of them. How are you not at full? Hopefully we can Mercy that. And we can, perfect. Double kill that, get our mana back. Hopefully I can burn it. Or let's throw it again. And just kill it with Ketris. And there we go. Oh, did it post twice? That's a fail. Whoops. Okay, but anyways, let me go test this other version of it. I was meaning to try a Merilith version of it for a while, and I still haven't bothered. There we go, move that down, move that down. Obviously, against this battle, we just pass our turns. But next battle, we'll be able to actually test it legitimately. I'll move that down. What else? What else? I guess we just move this. And go from there. So hopefully we have a real battle this time. Come on, real battle. Also, we still have yet to get a mythic ingot, by the way. Nope, firebomb again. What on earth is that name? It's like microscopic. That is a super long name. Well, let's keep passing our turn. As not passing our turn, take a skull. Go firebomb any second now. Just take whatever, as long as it doesn't give him an extra turn or skull. Move that down. It's not enough damage, but here, have some damage. Yeah, have some web, so you do no damage to us. Not like it matters. And take skull, and he'll just kill himself out. And there we go. Okay, can we get a real battle now? And what on earth was that name, by the way? Let's see. Don't forget to tip the dealer after your match. He always puts something really strange after his name. How do I decide which banner to use? I probably should do a video on that eventually. I kind of have gone over it to a degree before. I don't think I've ever actually covered it specifically in a video. But basically, banner choice is based on whichever ones need the... whichever ones have weird manas, basically. Generally, first priority is anything that is divisible by a prime number. And next is ones that you need +2s for. But generally, the prime numbers ones where you need +1s are the ones you tend to go for. Mana cost of 4, let's see, 4, 7, 11, and 13 generally require you to have a +1 banner, particularly 4, 7, and 11. You normally want to have a +1 for. And the main reason for this is they're just really weird mana costs where you would need that little bit of extra to actually be able to land it. Also, why on earth is this the wrong banner? That is not the banner you should be doing with that team. How do we still have that set? The correct banner for this team is brown-red. I didn't even notice that this entire time. So, the reason why we're setting a brown-red banner here is actually there's a couple banners we could set. We technically already have the red off of Merilith, but I'll set brown-red still. But actually, you know what? We don't need the brown because we're doing it that way. We might as well go all in on red. So I'm actually going to go double red here. So, generally, Arachnaean always needs a +1. Ideally on both, though not required. Main reason for this is you just want to go directly into your full mana off of your half mana start into a single surge. Merilith, you generally run +2/4 for a total of +3. Main reason for this is, and that's the strategy we're going with here. The main reason for this is just because you'd want to 2-turn her ability or 3-turn it, and you'd be able to get divisible by 3 into her ability there. Crimson Bat you would never need a specific banner for, and this thing you would never need a specific banner for. They have too high of a mana cost to really bother going out of your way to set it. As far as Sunbird, you tend to go all in on its red and purple, just because you want to get it rushed up as much as possible. Firebomb you never need to because it's already full. Something like that you wouldn't need to. But yeah, general rule of thumb, 4, 7, and 11 need a +1, and 8, 10, and 13 need a +2. That's generally how they go. There's a few other instances where you might want to go out of your way for a banner. It really just depends on your team and what specifically they do. And that'll be mapped off of that. And there we go. Yeah, let's see how this team actually does against a real team. I keep using it against a bunch of this fake stuff. Or, you know, not fake stuff, but, you know, weaker battles. Let's go try it against the meta. Actually, that's not the meta. Why on earth is he using Annoyed at 1 first slot? That's so weird to see in an all-divine team. Let's go give it a shot and see what happens. Hello, Colmerator. What's your advice for farming gnomes? For you, they seem to pop up very rarely. Basically, just run your best PvP team, or run Explore over and over again in whatever kingdom you need the Arcane Tradestones from. So, the team you would use for that is something along the lines of Sunbird, Rowan, Firebomb, and Hero, using anything. Rowan, if you don't already have, you get for free from completing out the Forest of Thorns Kingdom, and that would end up working out pretty decently. Speaking of pretty decently, we finally get to use this for what it's used for. So basically what we do is we get everything down. We now spam Merilith until we're in kill range of the Mythic. And then once we're in kill range of the Mythic, we throw it down and just do the same thing over again. If he doesn't kill us. Seriously, what even was that? Okay, we'll get that down. We have to get a Tome Spider. Unfortunately, that's kind of blocking us. I hate that that's a thing. But there we go, we get that done. He'll go and just do some kind of random thing. All we need now is just one nice little hit at it. Does he give us the mana we need? Not for free. Yes, he does. Let's grab that down. Tome Spider, you aren't targetable, are you? Yeah, this isn't targetable. I need to be able to hit his third slot that has barrier. But this only hits first, so that's actually not too helpful at all. Because we wouldn't be able to secure a kill with it. Now we can. So we'll go do that. Let's see. Oh, wow, he just got a summon off of Archer. Oh, that didn't get a kill because... No! I forgot. It hits the last two. And now it didn't kill him. And he got webbed out immediately. Fail. Yeah, this definitely isn't a stronger version of it, that's for sure. Hey, another spider! Well, two can play the Summoning Wars. If you're gonna do it, so can we. And there we go. Really? 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 Okay. Well then. That happened. That's, unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Not much we could do about that, though. Alright, that's nowhere near enough mana. Also, if I randomly lose connection and don't come back, by the way, there's a storm outside. Just started downpouring out of nowhere. What do we need? We'll go take a yellow. Probably shouldn't happen, though. I've only lost connection the other day. I believe it was on Monday, was it? Yeah, I think it was on Monday. It's been pretty good since, though. Even through the storms. I'll go throw that down. Get Skull at it. We're gonna have a full team of just little spiders by the end of this battle. There we go, whole team of spiders. Well, we still finished with 4 troops. An army of tome spiders. But yeah, this one isn't as good. That's for sure. I think it's usable though. Maybe I'll make it into an early game version. How do you redeem codes? You use it on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section. And we'll have another code a little bit later on. I believe the one below me is currently used up. They have an X amount of claims on them. And that one was posted for a little while now, the one below. I believe it's already completely depleted, but we'll have another one pretty soon. I was going to do it based on when we find the next vault key, but we've been getting pretty unlucky actually so far. It doesn't help that we're also trying to use this team, which generally isn't as good as against the actual meta of the game. It is usable, it's just not that good against the actual, like, things like this. You know, the standard Divine teams. Which is also why I switched to Divine Hero class, so we can actually kill things quicker this week. Or, you know, during the Gnome event. Normally I would use something for the sake of gaining XP, but we might as well use heroes for what they're actually used for. So I figured I'd go Divine so we can actually farm the Gnomes this weekend. And I'll probably just keep this as my set for the entire weekend, most likely. The Divine Hero class, that is. Yeah, move that. Grab all that together. Stick skull after skull. Throw an Ubistet. Just kill double of them. And then we can furnace into something. Oops, I just gave him so much mana right there. Should still be fine though. We throw this into a nice Divine. And as long as this doesn't miss, it should be okay. Throw some pretty big damage, so it's not too big a deal. Get that down. Ubistet dead. And it should be an extra turn. It is. And then it goes. Wipe it out. Just a double into a double. Does the difficulty in Explore affect the gnome appearance? No. Difficulty does not affect gnomes in any way, shape, or form. It doesn't affect vault keys, it doesn't affect gnome drop rate, it doesn't affect your loot, doesn't affect anything on them. Generally, you'd always want to just keep it on normal difficulty. Hard maybe at highest if you're using something that gains souls. Maybe even Warlord 1 if you really wanted to get that extra bit of souls, but for the most part, just hard or normal difficulty. Okay, none of that seems worth moving other than that. Just go move that. None of it seems worth moving, except for the thing we're going to move. But hopefully that gnome has the vault key in it. We've only gotten, what was it, 2 vault keys now? 1 on stream, 1 off stream. It's still not too bad, though. We've gotten entire gnome events getting 0 before. 0 vault keys, despite doing it literally the entire time. And let's get a nice Ubistet in there. If it'll click, there we go. And down it goes. Come on, Volky. That is 100 souls. One of the worst drops. Not the absolute worst drop, but it's pretty far down there. That is for sure. Hopefully we'll find at least several more. Should be able to. It's about 10 per hour, I would say. How many we normally find. Approximately. Of course, it can vary quite a bit. They are very random. And there's also the appearance of pet gnomes constantly coming in. And there's impossible to get a pet gnome and a treasure gnome at the same time. So to a degree, pet gnomes could actually block you from getting treasure gnomes. That doesn't happen in Explorer, but it does happen in PvP and Arena. And also, you can be doing Arena. I know I normally do PvP. Just because this late in the game, it is better to do PvP. But if you are earlier in the game, just spamming Arena over and over again is still really decent. You'll find more pet gnomes, you'll find more treasure gnomes. Actually, technically, I believe they said that it doesn't actually increase the drop rate of pet gnomes, but I can almost guarantee, with almost 100% accuracy, that it does. It definitely seems higher than normal during a treasure gnome event. Oh, you know what? I should throw this set first, because now we're gonna have way too much. It's just not gonna work. We like distributed all this damage that did basically nothing. Go throw that down, get a Divine down. He better not like 4 times kill us with that. Actually, he can't use his friends that. And it was Furnace him or something. Green Seer, Giant Spider, Arachnaean Weaver, and Yasmin. I didn't try it with Yasmin yet. That would entangle web the entire enemy team. That'd be pretty funny. You could definitely get a loop of source on it. Hey, a pet gnome. Speaking of higher rate of gnomes, I don't know if we currently even have one active. Well, we're about to. Do that over. But yeah, we'll go try a Yasmin. That's kind of what I was going to try earlier, too. We tried Green Seer Giant Spider, but I did it with the wrong context of team. I did it with Suna. I should have probably done it with Web Spinner, as you said, Yasmin. Yeah, we'll give it a shot. Alright, let's go get Oopsa here. Double kill whatever it touches. And we just take out a Skull to get rid of the barrier. We're nice and furnace, so we actually do damage. He'll go explode everything. We get a bunch of HP. Hopefully we can stop him here. Get that down. Should be able to land extra turn. Oopsa dead. And down he goes. What do we get? Nope, still 2 white pet food. Let me guess, we have like 3 minutes left on it. And now we're not going to get another pet. Let's see, how much is the timer? Let me go take tribute. Nice 10. And 17 minutes. Oh, we still have some time. We already did it, though. Anyways, let me go and do the Green Seer team. So let me overwrite it on the other thing, because we're probably just going to do it over the top anyways. But, ooh, Drain. I don't like Drains. Let's go, this should actually be loopy enough that it's not even going to matter. Let's go get everything into this team. Let's go get a Green Seer in there. Green Seer Giant Spider Loop. Get a Yasmin. I'm actually going to put the Yasmin in front of it. And, what was the other one we needed? Weaver. Because Weaver uses both the colors, too. Right? Yeah, it does. Green and purple, green and purple. Okay, and for the banner, I guess we just go Frozen, since we don't use it. Oh, it actually uses 2 Forest of Thorns, too. Not like that makes much of a difference. There's no Zolkari bonus? Apparently not. I believe Zolkari is attack and magic, which isn't even too bad of a bonus either. It's like full in offensive, if not mistaken. Maybe it gains like some armor or HP, but I believe it's almost entirely magic and attack. Anyways, let me go and what am I looking for? I'm looking for Frozen Banner. And the reason we choose Frozen Banner is 2 reasons. One is we don't use red, so generally you want to use a -1 with a +2/+1 on whatever you're using. And just use the -1 on whatever you're not using if you're not using a color. Makes your team quite a bit stronger. And actually makes it so you can use teams that are missing a color or 2. And they gain quite a bit of a benefit still. Giant Spider, this is 13 mana cost, and as I mentioned, 13 you generally want to put a +2 on if it's your mana generator or something. Also, you normally want to put your pluses onto mana generators. You don't want to put it on your damage sources, very rarely would you. And you'd want a +1 for Green Seer because it's 10. You want to normally put a +1 on things like I mentioned, like 4, 7, 10, 11, and 13 for the most part. Particularly the first 4, the 4, 7, 10, and 11. Or the main ones you want to make sure you have a +1 for. But anyways, let's get into this battle. You found 3 gnomes in 1 single explorer? 2 of them were fake, right? They shouldn't have been real gnomes. I'll go take that down. Go throw down a green there. The giant spider onto yellow. Get a nice Yasmin down. Get another nice Yasmin down. Get another nice Yasmin down. At this point, just Yasmin. Get yet one more Yasmin down. And now we can throw the spider. Could have probably threw a little bit earlier just to have web on them, but oh well. It's not like they were doing anything. Yeah, we'll give it a few more shots. I hate using a mythic to show a mythic though. But then again, the other team I'm showing also uses a mythic to show a mythic. I guess we'll use the Mirrorlift as their cheaper team. Oh, is he using, yeah, he is. He's using one of those hero classes that has, oh, he's using Titan, really? Yeah, Titan's one of the best hero classes in the game. It's super insane. Everything about it's just really, really, really good. Alright, we'll go through a yellow down. Get a green seer on blue. And I go through Yasmin. Let's actually go and throw a preemptive hit here. There's nothing else. Just throw 2 of them. That should pretty much be kill range. We'll throw another one down. He's going to do several things right here because we give it so much mana. We don't have a cleanse of our own, do we? Yasmin loses a lot of value that way. But if nothing else, we can keep spamming the other one. But let me go throw one more of these. It's still enough damage. So apparently we miss. We'll throw, can you stop webbing it? Let's see. It's hitting the same one over and over again. And it gets a Tome Spider. And seriously, stop it. Okay, we'll go throw that down. Get our explosion. Go get a nice amount of mana here. What do we even go for? Green is not worth going for, obviously. Nothing's actually worth converting then. Let's go for a skull here. I have this. Go hit us. I guess we'll throw the exact same thing back. Then again, it'll just block our mana, won't it? Let's go throw this onto blue then. I don't have the other thing to go throw, so I guess we just go for Yasmin, or we just keep accumulating our mana. I think we go for Yasmin. She's still webbed, but we can try getting mana down. Apparently it doesn't land, and it just adamantly wants to keep going for that every single possible time. But we'll go with that down. It'll hit us again with more magic reduction. Though generally you don't want to use magic reduction when you're using web. Alright, we're down to just the mythic, which basically means we've lost then, doesn't it? Pretty much. So we can hit everything down a little bit further. But yeah, most teams with this seem pretty lackluster. Alright, we lost, obviously. Let's just retreat. Nope. But yeah, even in an infinite loop team, it doesn't even have enough to work. Not quite. Not quite. And basically, Kraken would be the exact same thing as this, just even more inconsistent to a degree, since Yasmin actually has a higher chance of landing. I do find that to be a pretty funny premise, though, doing the combination of the two of them. Because you basically get to disable almost everything from the enemy team. It's just they still get whatever their base value is. Also, I didn't even realize we're both using Green Seer Giant Spider. I haven't seen Green Seer Giant Spider combo against each other for a while now. Mainly because it's not really meta anymore. It was at one point. Definitely not anymore, though. Yeah, we'll do that on blues. Hopefully we get a nice Yasmin in here. Still not really enough. But we'll get that there. That'll be everything ready to go, so we'll throw Yasmin through that several times. Do the other one over. That should clear out first slot, apparently not. What do we have for convert? Looks like we have it onto brown, so we will go for that. Get our Yasmin down, bring the kill range, throw that down, get our mana dice back up, and then we just split damage them again. And that would normally clear out whatever's left, assuming that actually got a kill. It's not horrible, it's just obviously not like anything way over the top, that's for sure. But it gets the job done. This is still my personal favorite though, the catcher's version of it. Out of everything we've used so far, pretty much the first option we went for seems to be the strongest. Sunberg, Rowan, 2x Firebomb works wonders in Explorer. Yes. Generally, you want to replace out one of those Firebombs with Hero, though. I did used to say 2x Firebomb in the past, but these days, ever since the Hero changes, you pretty much always just want to plop one Hero in there instead. Main reason for this is you're just gaining free Hero EXP. And it's actually the highest EXP you can gain for your Hero in the entire game, running Explorer onto that team, because the team wins so ridiculously quick. You win in just a matter of seconds every single time. Normally each battle is about 20 seconds or so for the full cycle. Yeah, Sunbird Rowan is in combination is enough to kill every Explore battle in the entire game, pretty much. Even at a lower level range. Even if you have almost no Kingdom upgrades, it's still enough damage. Normally. Unless there's like double mythic or a single mythic with like a legend or something. But more often than not, it would be enough damage, even at like almost no stats. He'll firebomb himself down, and down it goes. Hey, ultra rare ingot. Oh yeah, let's go check our ingot situation right now. So we're almost at 15k as far as leaderboard. Let's go check our ingots, see how they're doing. Go click on hero. That's not where you do it. Never mind. Go to click on games, click on Soulforge, and let's go craft all these upwards. So we have 26 of these, so we'll craft those in there. Let's go do the ultra rares. We have 8 more of those, and let's go see if we have any weapons. We did go open a bunch of gold keys too, or gem keys, I mean. So we do have a bunch of them laying around. So let's go get a new weapon upgraded. Let's go find the first ultra rare we see and go max it. Wow, we actually have a lot of them just sitting around. I guess gems kind of helped us with that, so we'll go do that. And I guess we'll do whatever next one is in our line of sight. That's ultra rare. Where are all the ultra rares? There we go. Let's go do this one. And boom, there we go. So how many more do we have left then? We're pretty much already there. We are very close to max all ultra rares. And then we need to start worrying about epics, and then we have a long ways to go still with the rest of them, but let's go double check. How is it doing with, let's see, what am I looking for? I'm looking for, I'm looking for rarity. And I believe we only have 6 left, 7 left. We're like right on top of it, whatever is left. Let's see, we have, all those are upgraded. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it, 5. And technically only 4 because we're almost on top of the 5th one. So yeah, we are very close to all ultra rares upgraded. Of course, opening all those gem keys definitely sped it up some, but give it another like 2 weeks or so, then we only have to worry about Epic Plus. The problem with that though is it starts taking a ridiculously long amount of time once we start getting to Epics, Legends, and Mythics. Like even though we're almost done with ultra rares, Epics is probably going to take us to the end of the year, if not even longer. Legends is going to take us a year or 2 in the current state of the game. And Mythics in the current state of the game is like 5 years or something, especially since they'll be adding more Mythic weapons during that time. There's probably going to be some kind of new feature added to the game though that can specifically farm ingots. Otherwise, it is going to take forever to finish Legends and Mythics, particularly Epics too. But all 3 of them are going to take forever to actually go and get upgraded. I don't think a single person in the entire game has every epic upgraded. Pretty sure some people, or many people, have probably already gotten all ultra rares down. But don't believe anyone has done all epics yet. And obviously no one has done all legends. And I don't even think a single person has even maxed a single mythic weapon. Unless they've been converting their legendary ingots into mythics. But there isn't really any mythic weapon that's so over the top that it's worth going for. Even Dawnbringer. Dawnbringer gains such horrible benefits from actually being maxed. Nothing's really too good. It destroys a red, it destroys a yellow, gains 4 armor, gains 2 attack, gains 4 life. Almost all of that is pointless. How many glory keys do I have? A little under 10,000, I believe it is. Not that many. Relatively small amount. But I'll go check it after this. We've definitely had way ridiculously more in the past. Though if you count all the glory I have, I believe we have about 40,000 or 50,000 glory keys. If you actually count all my glory. But obviously I don't really intend to use that for the most part. Want to save it mainly for packs when we start hitting higher star kingdoms. But anyways, as far as our keys are concerned, we have 7,975 glory keys. But we also have that much glory. So if we divide that number by 20, and then add however many we have, we technically have way more than that. So we have that 0.60 divided by 20. That brings us to 36,903 glory keys just in glory. And then if we go add this number to it, our technically our total number of glory keys, if we were to go use all of our glory, is exactly 44,878 glory keys is how many we have if we were to use all of our glory on glory keys. And technically more than that because glory keys can also give glory. So at minimum, technically 45,000 glory keys is how many glory keys we have laying around. So that's quite a few. It takes about 10,000 to gain a mythic. So we have enough glory to gain about 4 or 5 mythics or so. We have enough gem keys right there for 1 more mythic. And we have enough guild seals for about 4 to 5 mythics as well. It also comes down to like 4,000 something, except they count as gem keys and not as glory. Anyways, that's that. How do you get so many keys? Gold and souls? Gold is from PvP. Souls is just from playing the game a bunch. You have to keep in mind, once you have fully maxed out everything, there are very few things you ever need to spend souls on. Once you have Dawnbringer, once you have everything maxed out, you're almost you're barely anything depletes your souls, other than some things in Soulforge. But basically all the souls you gain is just pure profit and just keep accumulating over time. Same as glory. Glory is just accumulated over time. Keys are mainly from just guild for the most part. Treasure gnome events can help out a little bit, doing just general objectives every single day and every week. Helps it out quite a bit. But most of them is just from guild, from legendary tasks, is where a good majority of my keys come from. I believe our average is about 40 to 50 legendary tasks. The guild requirement's 1 million gold each, and most people generally do actually more than 1 million gold. If we actually go under our guild right now, let's see. Let's see. How's the task looking? I guess we'll go complete out another task. Might as well. Here's another 920,000. Yeah, legendary tasks give a lot of keys and such, where a good majority is coming from. But you can see we did 4 million, another 4 million, 3 million, 3 million, 2 million, 2 million, 3 million, 2 million. Slacker. Why is it with all these zeros? I need to go make sure they actually go and contribute. What's with all the 500,000s and zeros this week? As you can see, generally it's requirement's 1 million, but people still do 2 million, 3 million, stuff like that. And yeah, it definitely is a lot of gold that you end up getting in a lot of legendary tasks. Legendary tasks give stuff like this. As you can see, we get a bunch of glory, 8 gem keys, some glory. You can get event keys and stuff like that too. And yeah, you basically just keep doing those and you get a lot of them. And that's, even though that costs us like 1 million gold, we're not the only one getting it. Every single person in the guild gets it. Assuming every single person contributes the exact same amount of gold, which is very rare, but assuming everyone contributes the exact same amount of gold, each legendary task technically only costs you 33,000 gold, which relative to the amount of resources you get from it isn't too bad. Legendary tasks definitely aren't the greatest, but their value isn't horrible. They could be a bit better. They have been nerfed like technically like 2 times now, but they're still good enough that they're worth doing. There isn't much else to sink gold into anyway, so we're kind of forced to have to sink them into there. There's only other thing you could really sink them into is gold keys for the most part, and gold keys are definitely worse than sinking it into legendary tasks. The only reason I do save some for gold keys is because we would eventually need it to max out whatever the new common is for next kingdom. Or next kingdoms, given what next patch is going to be bringing in. That's one of the other reasons why I'm actually accumulating a lot of gold. Oh, we got 5 gems for that. Nice. Oh, legendary tasks cost 1 million gold, but as I mentioned, it comes out to 33,000 per person. Yeah, assuming everyone does it evenly. Would you consider a win rate of 20 to 30% decent for Guild War Defense? Yes, I would consider that very decent for Guild War Defense. It does depend heavily on the stat discrepancy though between you and the enemy. But for the most part, as long as you're getting at least some amount of wins, your defense team is doing perfectly fine. If it's going 0 wins, then that might be time to slightly consider switching it up. But as long as it's getting any amount of wins, doesn't even really matter the amount, it's probably fine. Okay, we'll go and do what he does here. Put that down. Of course, the main thing to make sure is to always make sure they're unique. You don't get gems this time from Salty? No, I almost never get gems from Salty. The only time I ever get gems is if we need it for a specific video. Like, for example, I might be asking her for 1,000 gems if we were to go do a video where we go and switch our hero class, like, every single time. It would end up costing about 800 gems to do so, and the excess would just be for, well, why not? But, yeah, a video like that would require 1,000 gems or so, because we'd have to keep constantly switching out, and stuff like that is normally the only times. Yeah, I almost never get gems from the devs or any resources. And if I do, it's specifically to show a specific video related to something that costs gems. Let's see. Let's throw Ubistep down. Go throw a purple over. And then we just go throw a furnace at it. Take the reds, throw in furnace. And down it goes. Any worst defend team had 20% win rate in bracket 7? Or your worst defend team had 20% win rate in bracket 7? Wow. That is pretty high. But yeah, that can end up happening. I haven't actually experienced much of those like mid-range kind of brackets before. Most of the brackets I've ever been in have been the top 3 or like something ridiculously low, like below the hundreds. in some of my newer accounts. I've never really been in like the 5 to 20 area, where I believe a good majority of semi-active players are. Or, you know, like as far as like a good majority of the player base, basically, that are still like actively playing the game, but may not be like all in. But yeah, that would make up like what? There's 30 per guild. That would be 10 guild per thing. Math. That'd be about 20 area right there. Count it down to 25, which would be a good majority of them. Yeah, what would that come out to? Math. 10 times 20, that's 200. 200 times 30, that is 6,000? Yeah, that's about 6,000 players. So I'd assume that's kind of like where the active majority is. Okay, we'll go throw that down. And down it goes. Am I saving vault keys? Yes. I was convinced of it earlier. I was going to use them today, but people did convince me not to. It's mainly because next... they're almost guaranteed next patch going to be adding troops that are going to be in the vault key drop table. And I want to make sure we have enough vault keys to actually be able to get those immediately so that we have them to show them in case any of them are actually relevant. Also, there might be a vault kingdom next patch. Or something similar to the effect of a Vault Kingdom. So I want to make sure if we start needing actual Vault troops that we get them immediately, in case they are needed for some kind of Kingdom upgrade or some kind of similar function. So yeah, there's a lot of weird things happening next patch. Okay, we'll go for this one, I guess. Oh no, it has mana drain on it. Okay, we'll go take blues. Go throw that down on the first slot. We get a bunch of explosions, throw in furnace down, go from there. And what else do we need? I guess we'll go just move, let's take yellow onto the other thing. Get an Ubestead in there. Actually, you know what? We'll skull him just so we don't have to deal with mana drain. Don't want to have to get him going on us. Then we just throw in furnace, kill out whatever else we need for cleanup, and go from there. Take a skull. What else do we need? Go grab that. At this point, since we don't seem to be able to get a vault key, I think we'll go do it based on, I guess any drop off a gnome or 5 gems or more is what we'll do it based on. Which, of course, would include a vault key, as well as, like, 10% of its drop table. Probably even more than 10%. Okay, what do we move here? We'll go take a red. We'll go throw another firebomb down. We'll take skull. Throw that again. Take skull again. And firebomb it down. Wait, did I just get one and I didn't even notice? Hold up. There's no way. Did I really just get one? There's one easy way to tell. Wait, I did. I did? Did I literally just get one and I didn't even notice? Hold up. Did I get a vault key off the... No. Wait, did I? No, I didn't get a... Did I really just get a vault key from a pet gnome? I don't think I did. When did I get that? Just got a pet gnome. And then the other one. When did I just get it? Never mind, you are correct. How did that even happen? At what time did it happen at? 3 battles ago? 3 battles ago. That didn't even have a gnome in it 3 battles ago. Let's see, that one didn't. That one didn't. We got 100 souls on that one. When did it happen? Oh, there's another one. No, that was the same gnome I just killed. 3 battles ago. It wasn't 3 battles ago. That was 100 souls. The other one was 2 white pet food. Where did it happen? Go back? How far back is back? But yeah, we did. Let's go give out a redeem code. But, seriously, where did it happen at? Does anyone have, like, a timestamp as far as how many battles back it was? Like, at what exact one? I didn't even notice. Oh, there was a gnome. That was 100 souls, though, wasn't it? Yeah, that wasn't actually the key. Let's see. That one wasn't... That one wasn't. That one wasn't. No clue when this happens. But apparently it did happen. Our vault key is higher. Yeah, I don't see where it was. Does no one have the timestamp for it? Or how far back it was? Anyways, but yeah, let's go give out a code for it. Let's see. I have been reading Siplom's thing. He keeps asking like 1,000 questions. Let's see. Let's see. He hasn't even answered. He hasn't even asked another question though. Let's see. There was no question. It was just a statement. Try Mountain Crusher, White, Weaver, Spirit, Fox. What would we need it for though? There wouldn't be anything it would need to do. And do you mean Weaver as in the new Mythic? Because we wouldn't be able to really do much with that. White isn't going to be that effective against it. Spirit Fox is, I guess would be okay with it. But, it is going to block some of our mana for Mountain Crusher. Yeah, I don't understand what the white is for in that team. You'd be better off just using a Marilith at that point. And not even covering blue and just using a minus blue banner. Anyways, let me go give out a a thingy. I have no clue when that actually came in, but obviously we did indeed get one. So let me go and give out a code for it. So that's our third vault key then today. Very nice. I'm actually perfectly fine with that. That basically comes out to 1 per hour, which is a really decent rate to get vault keys at. But let's go and give out a code for it. Let's go and find where our thingy is. Go and just mark one of these. Oh, yeah, well, let's just do the next one in the line. Mark that one. Copy all of it, save it, put it into the code thingy, put it right there, go to that, put that in, go back, put that in there, click refresh, put that right there, put it into the code thing, and there we go. Put that right in there, get that, boom, boom, and there it is. Okay, so go put that in there, there's the code. And I'll just copy paste into chat. Use it on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section. And your invite code can be found underneath your settings menu. And your redeem code, of course, is right there, right below. Make sure to use it immediately because it might not be available too long. And it gives the same reward as always: 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. If you've been enjoying the stream, feel free to leave a like, as it does help out a lot. And let's see what we get from the gem key. Hopefully the new mythic. No, it is actually possible. As I mentioned earlier, technically someone in, because of how many claims the codes have, technically someone between today or tomorrow will get a mythic from the codes that we're handing out today and tomorrow, because we're handing out 2 codes today, which we already did. Here's the second one below us. And we'll have another 2 tomorrow during the 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard stream. We'll be doing pretty much the same thing as today, farming gnomes like crazy, as well as using the Weaver a little bit. But, yeah, so we'll be doing that, and someone technically would, because I believe they have about 300 claims or so. I don't know the exact amount, but somewhere's around there. And it only takes about 1,000 until someone finally gets it off it. What does the Grimlet pet do? It increases the bonus when using Apocalypse troops. Apocalypse troops are things like famine, death, war, plague, and I forget the other guy's name. Not famine. Well, famine is one of them, if I didn't already mention him. But the other guy, the one that isn't the 4 horsemen, I forget his name. The one that you can craft that's really annoying, that's dead, completely dead content that you never use. Xenos is his name. That one. But those are the 5 horsemen. I mean, those are the 5 apocalypse troops as of currently. You would basically never use them in a team ever together. So basically, Grimlet is useless. Where is it more easy to get gnomes? Explore or PvP? Explore is definitely easier to get gnomes. The reason we're specifically doing PvP is I'm trying to get ingots as well as make leaderboard for PvP, which will give us even more ingots. But yeah, that's the main reason I'm doing PvP. That, and it also gives a lot more gold. But if you're looking just for gnomes and nothing but gnomes, like if you're going and just trait stone farming, I would definitely say Explorer is better. I don't personally need trait stones anymore because we're way beyond max on them. But yeah, Explorer is technically the highest rate that you can get for these. Plus you can go and level your heroes while doing so. Technically you can do it while doing PvP too, but it's quicker EXP for hero doing it in Explorer. The fifth horseman. The fifth horseman of the apocalypse. Let's see. Oh no, it wasn't a bad team. It just wouldn't be good enough to really use. But then again, almost all teams wouldn't be good enough to really use. So, I don't know. I just don't know what the white is for, mainly. White is being useless for ever, basically. It was, like, really good the first few months of the game, but ever since then, it just has never really done much. And wouldn't really be worth using. I understand what you're trying to do with it, though. You're trying to rush it down, get 2 little pokes on it so that you can get the explosion, and then kind of keep repeating that. Oh, oops, he's going to famine us right here. Oh, no, he isn't. There we go. Yeah, we can give it a shot real quick. I'm not using the right hero class for it, though. Also, this is even a real team, but let's go clear this out real quick. Then we'll go try fighting against something. Yep, there's a pet gnome. Will we get an invisible vault key from this guy, too? Let's go and throw that down there. So we get an Infernus down. And then we scuba stead it, if he'll let us. And down he goes. Yep. There's our pet. Let's go get the new pet. To the pets! Okay, let's go fight it. Let's see. Games, fights, fights. Actually, let me go test that one team real quick, though. PvP. And let's go test it to try to kill Famine really quick. Let's see, I don't have anything to go replace, so let's go into... let's see. Let's go get rid of this one. Rename it to, other stuffs. I don't know. Anything that's different than what the other names are, just to know that we have something there. And, let's go get a white. Get a Mountain Crusher. That's good, that's not a Mountain Crusher. Let's go get a Spirit Fox and a Weaver. And the main thing we'll need is brown mana. Weaver and Spirit Fox. Then again, we lose all of it if our hero dies, though, is the biggest problem there. Here, white, you'll meet shield instead. No, it'll be fine with hero up front. Let's just go and definitely need a +1 for the thing. Other than that, I guess we go for... that's basically it. I think we just go keep spamming Mountain Crusher. So we'll go double brown. Even though it technically blocks out the other thing that we need, but I think we just go double brown, keep spamming it, go from there. Did they reduce the number of uses? They shouldn't have. I don't think they did. I sure hope not. It should be about 300 uses. Could just be that it's being depleted quickly. We do have over 100 viewers right now. Of course, that's not counting spread to guild as well as just spreading in general. Biggest issue with this is getting that initial mana going. It's also really dependent that every cast is a kill when using this variant. Let's see. I'm actually not going to cast Spirit Fox yet because it's going to be blocked on mana. We'll go throw this down. We'll then go for the kill. And we'll keep repeating that cycle, basically. We throw a little poke of some sorts. And then we throw its attack down. And we keep repeating that cycle. And we throw another little poke. Throw a bigger hit. And just keep repeating that. Well, if nothing else, it's pretty cheap. It uses a rare and ultra rare and then just Mountain Crusher up front. So it has everything it needs to cycle. Biggest issue it has is just getting that start up. I'll take that over, take the other one over. Move the yellow. Spirit Fox that. Does it actually bring in the kill range? No, it does not. So we're going to need to go get an entire cast just to go do that. So we'll go get Spirit Fox. I actually got a kill just off a random skull spam off the top. That's funny. Oops, I meant to do white. We should never actually cast Spirit Fox unless we're required to. Do that. Get a Mountain Crusher. Get the thing down again. And poke it again. Ideally, that will give us mana. And get the final hit. Yeah, it actually does work a little bit better than expected. Ends up securing the kill pretty easily. Scion will be able to drain us here, though. We're gonna take reds, get that full. I need to find the last little bit of our brown before we do is take a skull. He takes it off at the bottom. Apparently, I could have taken that actually. Go take the brown. Let's see. Any Spirit Fox here? Yeah, that does actually land an extra turn, so we will go for it. Grab that. Mountain Crusher, do we need it? No, we should probably go and try killing this out so we don't have to deal with it. And now he's going to start signing us. Okay, we'll take that out so we don't need to deal with it. I don't know how, but this team keeps randomly killing out first slots pretty easily. I think it's mainly because we're using Mountain Crusher. It has like 7 attack on it. Extra attack. I didn't notice that either. We actually don't have cleanse on this team. Normally that won't be too big of an issue though. That's not enough to secure a kill. We might as well just go into the explosion. Get that down. Get the other thing going. And kill it out that way. Let's see how it does against Divinia. We haven't tried it against a real Divine team yet. Alright, remove that down. Go try a Spirit Fox. No. We can't take brown at the moment, so you know what? Actually, I guess it's fine running Spirit Fox. We can't go mana drain that though, is the biggest problem. But we'll go get, I guess, Ubistet down. He's gonna be the easiest one to kill since it has low. Oh, I just got a barrier. Yeah, it's not gonna work against Divines. Nope. Yeah, that's kind of to be expected. To a degree, that's kind of to be expected, but we'll give it another shot against this one. But yeah, I don't think it's gonna come through. It doesn't seem like it will. Does not seem like it. Alright, let's do the same thing again. Throw it on Ubistet. Get our mana going. At least this time we have browns to take. We actually have this all the way to full mana. It's not kill range though. Do that over. Spirit Fox will now be able to go and poke it. I guess we do that and start trying to get it rolling. And go from there. Oh, we can actually white it now as well. That's even better. We'll go through a white, steal its thing. Throw down a Ubistet. Oh, he just got barrier. Am I really gonna have to waste this to get rid of barrier? I do, because I don't have the spell on hero. So we'll do that. Take that out, get the web. So he's just gonna cleanse it right off. We'll throw this down at it. Get that down. That will pretty much always miss the mana on him. That's kind of to be expected. We'll get cleanse some, get all of his HP. We can't actually drain it. It's gonna keep barrier spamming. For this to try getting his barrier off. And now we reach a weird situation where we might not actually be able to kill it. So we'll throw some damage at it. Get the webs down. He cleanses off, not immediately. It actually triggers after the fact in that particular instance. I'm actually going to go drain his mana though, so we'll do that. Get it down a little bit. I think we can actually lose this. Let's see. We'll go take that. Should probably go all in on his hero at this point. It's going to take so long just to kill it. Yeah, for the most part, it's definitely not worth using this team. But I guess if you needed a really, really, really ridiculously budget version of this team, which is good, because there will be people that do need that, it would end up working. But other than that, I don't think you would ever bother using this. But yeah, it's an interesting premise. Gosh, I haven't used white since like the first, I think 6 months of the game. There was one point, like I mentioned, where he was actually pretty decent, but these days, not so much. Very, very rarely would you bother bringing him out for anything. Okay, it is. I might as well just retreat this battle. Even if we do win, it's going to take like 10 minutes. Anyways, but yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah, we'll go back to, I guess, the vines. Oh wait, I need to go do pet, actually. Because we did activate one. We literally just got it like 10 minutes ago. Yep, 10 minutes ago, 9 minutes ago, actually. Let's go claim this pet and go from there. Oh yeah, people spread it to their guilds very quick. Code spread like wildfire. It does not take that long for it to reach around, as for sure. If anyone still has anything you want me to go over, let me know, and I'll make sure to do so. Because we'll be wrapping up in the next 20 minutes. But yeah, definitely great time this week and this weekend to go farm treasure gnomes if you haven't already been doing it, either in Explore or PvP. It's the most resources you'll ever be able to get in this game is during a treasure gnome event. It's not exceptionally a higher amount, but it definitely starts adding up with all the gems, gem keys, resources, and all the stuff you can get. Vault keys are very, very nice whenever you get them. Vault keys can range very heavily in how many resources they get. A vault key can be worth anywhere from about 10 gems to like 300 gems. Their range is pretty high, but if you get lucky on them, it is theoretically possible to get over 400 gem worth of stuff in one single key. Though that'd be very unlikely. I think the average key comes down to about 60 gems or so. 50 to 60. If you average out like literally everything you ever get from them. Alright, let's write that down. Take a red. We'll have enchant for Ubistet. Let's go get that furnace up. Let's see, what way do we have to go take it? We'll just go take that for some mana there. Since when did pet gnomes give vault keys? It's been that way for a couple months now. Like the last few vault events. I assume it's intended because they haven't fixed it yet. But yeah, it's been around for a little while. It is possible for pet gnomes to give vault key. And from what I can tell, it's the same drop rate as the chance of a gnome giving a vault key. They only give vault keys during treasure gnome events, though. During normal events, I think it's a 0% chance. That are just so ridiculously unlikely, like how a normal gnome is. I've never personally seen one off a pet gnome when it wasn't the event. But they definitely can during the event. At either the exact same rate or a pretty similar rate to that of normal gnomes. Okay, oopsie, I just made it so I misclicked because he moved my location. Fail. It's not intended, don't tell him. Wait, is it really not intended? It has to be. It's been around for a couple patches now. But then again, it being around for a couple patches doesn't necessarily mean it's intended. It just means they haven't gotten around to bothering to fix it. I hope it's intended. It definitely makes pet gnomes actually worth it to a degree. Because otherwise their drop table is just abysmal. It's either 2 white pet food, 1 white pet food, and a event, and that's it. And if it's already a pet you maxed out, you don't even need it anymore. You can technically just completely ignore it if it's a pet you don't have max, or if it's a pet you do have maxed, I mean. If it wasn't, it would be fixed 2 minutes. They don't fix them that quickly, like major bugs. There have been some major bugs in the game that have lasted for a couple months. Like, obviously, the really game-breaking ones, they make sure to get rid of pretty quickly. Some of the more milder ones that are still kind of game-breaking, but not, like, so excessive, they tend to just wait. Also, sometimes because it requires a fine update. Okay, we'll go and let's go for a poke at it. Need so much durability, we'll easily go kill another Infernus. How do redeem codes work? You take the code. Actually, it might already be used up. I'm not fully certain, because they've been going pretty quick. But you use the code on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section. You put in your invite code, which is found underneath your settings. You put the redeem code in, and yeah, it just gives some free resources. Gives a gem key, 2 treasure maps, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. It's not really that many resources. It starts adding up over time. Sometimes the developers give them out in Global Chat 1. Sometimes you can find it on their social media. I give it out on various streams on my channel here, of course. And they also give them out on their streams. Also, basically anyone who ever streams the game can generally just get codes from them and hand them out as well. So almost no one bothers to stream the game for the most part. As far as people that actively do it, it's pretty much just the developers and myself. There are people that come in occasionally, but no one really actively does it. We'll go move that over, throw in Furnace, go from there, and that's match. Oh, you're the one who always complains about my pronunciation in comments. Well, thank you. I like it being pointed out just so I can help to try to improve. Though, I don't... It just... Me knowing that I'm mispronouncing it doesn't always help me pronounce it correctly, though. In some instances, it just makes it even worse, because I'll try learning the new pronunciation, or the correct pronunciation, and then I create a new incorrect way of pronouncing it. I'm pretty good at being able to do that. I am very skilled at mispronouncing. It is one of my many skills. We'll go throw that down. That overkilled like crazy. What else do we need? We'll go and let's take another skull for the stack, go from there. Get that down. And I guess we'll take a yellow, why not? Throw in Furnace at it. Oh yes, it doesn't work on console. I keep forgetting to mention that, but yeah, it only works on the PC, mobile, and Amazon version of the game. Basically every version. The only two it doesn't work on is PS4 and Xbox One. But every non-console version it works on. The redeem codes, that is. And there we go, we get a bunch more of this little guy. He's useless, it's Darkstone bonus. Darkstone has like nothing worthwhile to really use. But nonetheless, do still want to get a max. Also, we get another orb once we finally get another one of these maxed out. So hopefully we're finally at that point. Let me see. Where is he? Nope, he's still a while away. He's not getting maxed. But yeah, if we can finally get one of these to go and upgrade to whatever the next rarity is, we will go and get the final orb. Or not the final orb, but you know, the next orb. Speaking about final orb, has our guild actually finished Invasion yet? No, they have not. I'm probably pretty sure I'm not actually going to be doing Invasion today, or tomorrow, or the following day. I'll probably do it on Sunday if my guild hasn't finished it already. But I believe my guild can do it on their own at this point. We're already pretty high. We're at, actually not as high. We're at 8th in the guild. So maybe I'll do a few more battles. But I'm currently using the incorrect hero class, so we'll see. It's a really easy week, though, so I'm pretty sure they'll get around to it. But, yeah, we'll see where it is. Nothing else we can help out on Sunday. I think today and tomorrow I won't be. Just because we can easily use that time, of course, to go try getting treasure gnomes. Which I think would be better spent doing that. But then again, the only problem is too many people in my guild might have that same mindset. And then no one's going to do the game mode. But I'm pretty sure on Sunday, once people see that we haven't done it yet, that they'll chip in. Okay, we'll go through Oopstead down. And just take a skull, a firebomb, and that'll be that. Let's see. Yeah, progress beyond the what? You have a huge amounts of new players and like player resources, but no content or how to traverse the gaps. Yeah, I have been meaning to kind of go and make a video like how to initially get past like the, because that's basically the hardest part of this game. I've done Let's Play videos kind of going over that, but yeah, I guess we don't have enough specific videos kind of going over that. Basically, the initial grind of the game is the hardest part of the game. And to a degree, it's slightly like that so that you'd spend money on the game. But, of course, because it maybe makes money somehow. But yeah, getting past the initial grind of the game is generally the hardest part. Once you get past it, basically your main goal as a newer player, your main objective is to get every single kingdom to level 10, have dragon and celestial armor, assuming you're not spending $50 on Death Knights, and that's basically it. Once you have that, you can determine how much gold you're getting per week, go into the highest requirement gold guild that you can do easily per week, and just kind of camp there for a while until you can eventually go to even bigger one, or just simply stay there. That's basically your main goal, just trying to get into the best guild you can as quickly as possible by having as many kingdom upgrades as you can. And generally level 10 all is the stepping stone for that. It's basically required for most late game guilds, as well as some mid game guilds, depends. But literally every late game guild basically requires it. Let's see. Put that down. You have dragon. Are you supposed to get both? Yes and no. Dragon armor you use way more than celestial. But if you're ever going to bother doing a soul grind, like a bunch of arena or something else to try to accumulate souls for everything you need, like Dawnbringer and other stuff like that, you will eventually need celestial, yes. It's not required initially. You can go, generally dragon armor you definitely want to rush as quickly as possible, but celestial armor you don't need till a little bit later on. It's perfectly fine waiting on it and going for 50 bulks of gem keys and other stuff for some time beforehand. But you do eventually want to get celestial, yes. It's just going to speed up soul farming by a lot. Hello, Medieval! Welcome! But if you're not planning on soul farming anytime soon, or if you're just doing like small amounts of it and not really going out of your way for long periods of time, then yeah, you don't really need celestial. But celestial armor does save you about, let's see, well, it depends what your bonus is on how much it actually saves you. But it saves you about 1 hour of grinding every 3 hours approximately, as far as soul farming is concerned. Okay, we're throwing a furnace down. And that's compared to dragon armor, of course. Use double dwarf as a wall, Valkyrie team, but with a dragon soul. So that gives you a ton of souls. Yeah, that would end up working decently. The only slight issue with that is dragon soul is not divisible by 5. But it'd still kind of work out. One other weird thing that you can do is, it wouldn't give you any souls though, but triple Dwarven Gate into anything divisible by 5 is pretty funny, particularly 15 mana cost legends. I don't personally really use that. It's really bad against mana drain as well, but it's a pretty funny team to use. Anything based around that. It's a really budget team that's actually pretty strong, as long as you're not up against mana drain. The reason mana drain counters it is the whole premise of the team is you cast 3 Dwarven Gates that perpetually keep your mana to full on every Dwarven Gate, and you basically just keep getting the legend or whatever your divisible by 5 mana cost troop is in the middle, and just constantly getting it up. So gold gets things to level 10, all of them. That seems, yeah, generally you'd want to go and your biggest grinds is basically to get level 10 all kingdoms when you're first starting out. The progression normally goes, you start out, learn how to play, get a good feeling for it. You spend most of your time in arena when you're first starting out because you need souls for literally everything because you have nothing upgraded. And that will give you some trait stones and a bunch of other stuff. You also get ingots and stuff there. Actually gives basically a little bit of everything, which is really cool. But yeah, you just go do a bunch of exploring. I mean, not exploring, sorry. A bunch of arena over and over again. Make sure you have Blighted Lands and Drifting Sands done. 3 main kingdoms you really need to do. Broken Spire because it gives you arena where you spend a good majority of your early game other than PvP. Blighted Lands because that unlocks Soulforge. And Drifting Sands because it unlocks Dungeon, which you need to start getting resources which you use to craft mythics and legends. But after that, you start working towards obtaining every single kingdom. This will cost you about 4,000 gold each per kingdom, which is relatively easy to do. Then the next harder part is get all the kingdoms to about level 3 or 4. And then after that comes the really hard part, in which you start getting them all to level 10, which costs like 130,000 or so gold each. You start with the magic kingdoms like Blighted Lands, Darkstone, Zolkiri, sorry, not Darkstone. Oh yeah, Darkstone's one, my bad. Blighted Lands, Darkstone,
Soulcarry, Kerkroth, and Silverglade. If you don't know which ones they are, you click on the kingdom, and whatever bonus it says there is the one it gives. And as you can see, that's a magic bonus. But yeah, start with those, get those up. Magic is the most important. Then you start going into things like HP and attack kingdoms, and then you just do the armors. But yes, you do definitely want to get every single kingdom to level 10. It's the biggest early game objective you really have. And at that point, you basically reach mid-game and you're able to do almost everything. It gives you the stat line in order to be able to do most content within the game. It also gives you, it basically removes your obligation to gold so that you can finally go and actually contribute to guilds to the proper amount, which will allow you to keep up with higher rates that most mid to late game guilds have. And you always want to be in as high of a gold requirement guild as possible, as quickly as possible, because the sooner you get into one, the more free resources you get. Because if every single person in the guild is contributing something like 500,000, you basically get every single task done. And even if it's something less, like 300,000, it's still really, really good value. Because you're only putting up 300,000 to get a bunch of free resources back. And it will definitely way more than pay for itself. Hey, a pet gnome, except we don't need it. Hopefully it drops as a Volky. Now we'll throw Ubistet down. And I just need to deal with the hero, who's definitely going to summon a 50% rogue. And no, he does not. Yay, there we go. Let's see. Can we get a Volky? 2 white pet food, no Volky. Oh well. Any quick recommendations? For PvP? Basically, if you're running early game PvP, look for the biggest boost ratios you have. So some troops I know that are pretty decent is like Deep Boar into Rock Spirit and Ranger. Anything with Devourer tends to be good. Anything with Barrier tends to be good, like Dragonian Monk and Double Dwarven Gate or Triple Dwarven Gate. See what you have as far as legends. See if any of them are really high damage output. You can possibly build an entire team around them if they are. Other than that, yeah, you're mainly just looking for boost ratio, Devour, Mana Drain, Entangle, things that either have really high impact disables or have boost ratios that will actually be able to do damage to your enemies. Night Coronet's pretty decent for early game because it combines a pretty good combination of them. Hey, we got an event key. Not the right key I'm looking for, but still, that's 14 gems that we don't have to spend later. Yeah, generally, earlier on in the game, you want to focus your kingdom upgrades a little bit more than your actual guild. For the most part, it really depends. Personally, I feel like it's better to rush up your gold immediately, spending almost nothing on your guild, and trying to rush so that you can get to a better guild, rather than constantly contributing to a smaller guild. It's fine constantly contributing to a smaller guild, but generally, if you want to make sure that everyone's doing about the same amount. Like, if you're contributing 200,000, but, like, everyone else is only doing, like, 50,000 or a bunch of zeros, then you don't want to be doing that. But if you're contributing, like, 200,000, but everyone else in the guild's doing, like, 250 or 300 or a similar amount, then it's worth it. But if you're contributing that much and they aren't, then you definitely just want to be focusing that gold more so on kingdom upgrades. Okay, what do we need here? Go get a... we actually do have alignment, so I'm going to go for that. Get a nice Ubistet in there. Get Infernus. Please stop summoning. That'll easily go down, though. Instantly dead. Well, no summon for you. That's what you get for summoning. Oh, he's going to get another summon. Unless he Element Grims. Oh, no, or we get Ubistet. Perfect. Half do nothing, half do a ton more. Oh yeah, there are a couple guilds like that. That means the guild is probably slightly inactive though, if that's the case. How do you earn 500,000 gold? You just do a lot of PvP. That's pretty much how you earn that much gold. This late in the game, PvP actually does about, I think it's around 200,000 gold per hour. if I'm not mistaken. Somewhere around there. Give or take like 50,000 gold. Nope, no Volkey off of that. Yeah, PvP is like insanely good gold. You mainly want to look out for revenge battles and stuff like that too. They end up giving even more gold on top of the normal amount. Yeah, we're actually at like 13 million right now, just because we've been doing so much as of recently. Yeah, even earlier on in the game, you can still gain about 50,000 to 100,000 gold per hour. You mainly want to take 1 and 2 trophies earlier on, though. Most 3 trophies are ridiculously overpowered from an early game perspective. Just because they have way more stats, way more synergy, and way more everything than what you'll most likely have. Yeah, getting to rank 1 in PvP, you should definitely do every single week, 100% of the time. It gives a lot of really good value. It gives you a bunch of ingots, it gives you a bunch of resources, it gives you 46 glory keys. You should always be doing it every week for sure. It's one of the few things you should be trying to do every week. Ideally, 1.5k seals you should also try to do every single week. That's not as required, but it's definitely pretty helpful. You were just buying keys? No problem. I don't mind a lot of questions. Normally. No, that is fine. Asking a bunch of questions. Let's see. Do seals you collect carry over if you change guild? Yes and no. As far as the seals you have accumulated, like let's say I go and change guild right now, I would still have 112,222 seals and all these keys. So those would retain. What doesn't retain is, I'm gonna go take tribute. That's small. But what doesn't retain is if we go under guild and we go under guild again, this number right here is always capped out. So if I was to leave to a different guild right now, they would have 0 seals from me, and I would not be able to accumulate any more this week. So basically, if I move to a different guild, I would not increase this number by 1,500 because I've already claimed all my seals for this guild. Instead, what would happen is nothing. I would not be able to gain any more seals, meaning I would not be able to increase this number by any amount unless I was to use orbs. So that's the only thing that doesn't really switch over. But yeah, as far as any seals you already accumulated, like this 112,222 seals, if I was to switch a guild, I would retain all of that. I wouldn't lose a single one of those. Let's see. Rank 1 PvP, generally if you go for 2 trophies every single time, it's not too bad. 2 trophies end up doing it in about 4 battles, approximately, as far as getting there. Normally it's about 25 or so points for the 2 trophy battle. And yeah, earlier on in the game, you can normally manage it. If you're losing too much to them, just run more barrier and such, and make sure you have a proper damage source. Also, make sure you have a hero set as well. Hero gains a lot of benefits, like a ridiculously high amount these days, and it's going to be your strongest troop for a good majority of time when you're first starting out as a newer player. You're almost always going to be using your hero as a newer player, particularly as a frontline tank, because you're not really going to have too many other options to use because you don't have the souls or anything. But yeah, getting a hero class max to level 20 is very, very high priority when you're first starting out. Dragon Guard hero class from Dragon's Claw Kingdom is probably one of the better ones to go for. You can also go for things like Assassin, you can go for things like, but mainly those. I would actually probably say Dragon Guard's overall the absolute best they can really go for. It also increases the amount of glory you get. There's 3 different resources you can kind of get off a hero. Glory, souls, or gold. And Dragon Guard does do souls. I mean, Dragon Guard does glory. Assassin does gold and souls. They can't do both simultaneously, but you do one or the other. There isn't any hero class that can do both simultaneously, unfortunately. Is Firebird good? Yeah, Sunbird is insanely good. Sunbird, Rowan is the quickest explorer team pretty much in the game. Sunbird, Rowan, Firebomb, and Hero using anything. You wouldn't use that for PvP. Well, I guess technically as a newer player, you could probably get away with using that in PvP. But generally, you only use it for Explore for the most part. And as a newer player, you don't really need to be doing Explore. You'd be better off just doing Arena or PvP. You don't really tend to do Explore until around level 200 plus or 300 plus. because you want to utilize the easier PvP in Arena while you have it at a lower level. You don't have to, but it's definitely more convenient. And it will give you a lot more free resources that way. For PvP leaderboard, what would you aim for? 51 to 100 or higher? I'm only trying for top 100. I'm not aiming any higher than that. It would give us ingots, legendary ingots if I was to go higher. But the amount of time difference between the two isn't worth it. Also, thank you, I didn't even say any of these, but thank you, Oni Sushi for the subscribe, Josh Molier, and Wicked as well as anyone else. Because those are the only few that coming up. If I ever don't mention your name, it's mainly because there's like something on YouTube that you have to enable, and if it's not enabled, it'll like keep your thing private, which is why I can't actually see yours. Anyone else who might have subscribed. But thank you, everyone. Really appreciate it. We're actually getting somewhat close to 10,000 as well. Looks like in about another 2 months, 3 months, definitely by the end of the year for sure, we'll end up hitting 10,000. Also, thank you, Rob C, for the subscribe as well. But yeah, does anyone else have any other questions or anything I may have missed? Let's see. I just got a Yagway. Very nice. That's a really good troop to have. Any suggestions for a team? Well, one of the cheapest you can build with it is Alchemist Moneylender Yagway Goblin Rocket, or Goblin Rocket Yagway. You can replace the Goblin Rocket with Queen Titania if you want to go down that route. And yeah, that's basically what you use it for. There's a few other teams you can do it with. It's pretty good with Divinia if you have it laying around. Really good in Red Guild War Day as well. Divinia plus Yagway is probably the best combo for Red Day these days. Yagway is also the best Bounty Hunter troop. It's actually best in slot for Bounty Hunter. It's basically required for Bounty Hunter these days. Maybe not required, but it makes it so much easier. Generally, the way that you run Bounty Hunter, it only occurs one weekend out of like every month to 6 weeks or so. But still, when it does occur, basically the team you run is the captain of the thing, followed by Parrot, followed by Feral Hounds, and then Yagway. And that's basically the meta for every single bounty hunter ever, because the meta never really shifts until they add more bounty troops that are relevant. And ever since they added Feral Hound, basically everything you ever run just is centered around Feral Hound. And this troop that synergizes best with it just happens to be Yagway. So it's actually a really nice pickup. Probably one of the best legends in the game at the moment, other than Dragon Soul. Well, there's several of them, but it's one of the better ones because of that purpose. It's really high priority to craft if you don't actually already have it, if you plan on doing Bounty Hunter at all. Though you generally need higher stats before you can get away with it. At minimum, you need level 10 All Kingdoms if you're going to bother spending gems on Bounty Hunter. Though for the most part, as a newer to mid-range player, you don't really need to bother with Bounty Hunter. There are many game modes you can actually completely ignore in this game for a good majority of time. Bounty Hunter, let's see. Bounty Hunter, Raids, and Evasions, I would say, are the main three things that tend to, and Guild Wars, that tend to require gems that you, for the most part, can ignore, and class events. Those four things, basically. Raids and Evasions, slightly more so you would maybe want to prioritize compared to the others, just because your guild, to contribute to your guild, some guilds even have it as a requirement, but there are plenty of guilds that are still gold active, as in they do a lot of gold contributions, but don't specifically have raids or invasions as a requirement, or guild wars, so you don't have to constantly keep doing it. Generally, more casual guilds are like that, so you don't have to play as much, but you still have to contribute a similar amount of gold, like 300,000 or something. There are plenty of guilds that are set up like that for people that don't want to have to do all the game modes. But yeah, the only game modes I would really say that you really want to focus on are dungeons every day, obviously PvP, pets whenever they appear, and that's about it. Unless you want to go do the free battles for everything else. Those are like the only few you really need to do. And other than that, of course, you spend some time in Arena when you need souls. Treasure hunts is kind of a nice break. Obviously, you throw vault keys when you have vault keys. And that's about it. Things like class events, raids, invasions, guild wars, and technically bounty hunter you can just completely ignore, or at least partially ignore. Because even though they all cost gems to some degree, you don't really need to spend gems on them. Especially when you have a lower amount. It's just kind of a waste compared to spending them on gem keys or something else. Yes, the Treasure Gnome event is on console as well. Every platform has it. All platforms are uniform now. So if there's an event on one of them, it's across all of them. So yes, console does have a Treasure Gnome event right now. It should tell you in your mail as well, or not your mail, whatever it's called, the little event tab thingy. It should tell you it. But every platform has it right now, as with every event. Okay, if you go under your event thingy, it should tell you right there. It tells you the timer too. It ends on Monday, of course, on Monday reset. But if you're wondering when that is, it should have the little timer thingy on it. Hey, we got 2 victories, nice. Anyways, it's this right over here. If you click on events, and you click on the one that looks like a bunch of gold. But yeah, it has the little timer here, Treasure Vault event, just tells you everything about it. But 2 days and 13 hours is when it expires. So basically the entirety of this weekend, all the way until Monday reset. Let's see. Oh yeah, I was in Matchers back when it was #1 guild at the time. Also, at one point, the new guild I made was also #1 for a little while. We were the first guild to make #1 in Guild Wars ever. We were also had the highest gold contribution in the entire game for about a month or two. And that was back when you were gaining like 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 gems per week. It was pretty funny. It was ridiculously broken, to say the least. Obviously, that's been nerfed like crazy these days. But at one point, it was possible to gain like upwards of 5,000 gems per week. It was pretty funny. While also gaining like 6,000 glory keys. It was ridiculously overpowered. Let's see. But yeah, did anyone else have any other questions I may have missed? Otherwise, I'll probably be ending for now. We'll be back later today though, in about 7 hours at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then we'll be doing probably exactly what we're doing now, farming more gnomes for the most part. I don't know if I'll actually be doing any evasion. We might. Not fully certain. We don't really have much of a need to. Let's see. As a level 150, should you buy Celestial or Dragon? Dragon armor. Dragon armor is always better than Celestial. Always go Dragon armor first. To a degree, you barely even need Celestial. You only go for Celestial when you finally go around to soul farming. And you don't have to have it to soul farm. It just, of course, it makes it quicker. Let's see. But yeah, Dragon armor is way superior as a first choice. Let's see. What else is there? I think that was everyone then. I don't think I missed anything else. But anyways, guys, I'll be heading out for now. Thank you all so much for coming down. Best of luck if you're going to be opening up any keys for the new Mythic. Of course, as I mentioned earlier, it's in the Glory Gem Guild and VIP chest. If anyone still wants to go for it, it'll be around for a week, so you still have next week as well. Other than that, feel free to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed on the stream. Really helps out a lot. And yeah, were there any last minute questions? I don't believe there were any. Did you read that you came close to the best? What? You have 50 gems and 2 glory keys today in daily tasks. Oh wow, that is very, very nice. I think the highest I ever came to was something around that, basically 50 or 60 gems. Today came out to, I believe, 25. We got 15 off of that, 10 off of that, and these 2 are both junk. I think that was 2,000 gold, and this is obviously 4 maps, which is useless. Sometimes you get really good stuff, sometimes you get really bad stuff. It's kind of pure luck what the daily tasks will do for you. I wish it was a little bit more consistent, though. Like, maybe you do all tasks and you automatically get, like, 20 or 30 gems or something. Just make it, like, more of a static amount. Because it can be very, very high range. Like, it could be anywhere from, like, a 10 gem day total value. Or it could be as high as, like, 60, 70, 80 or something. If you get, like, super ultra lucky. But it can vary quite a bit. But anyways, guys, thanks for coming down. I'll see you all later. And have a wonderful weekend. Goodbye, everyone.